Muting, got it?
Okay. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the GingerTalks podcast. My name is Ginger Snaps, and joining me, as always, Druid. How are you, buddy?
Hi, I'm Druid Knowledge, and welcome to the podcast. This is really great to be here today. It's awesome. And let's have a good show, okay?
Abso-fucking-lutely. And it's going to be a good show. It's going to be a good night. Because...
there's so much to admire here in the Discord chat room tonight.
We are joined by previous guests tonight, gentlemen that you already know. We have real Andy DeSeal and
Hey.
and ADHD Toaster.
Hoy.
Yeah, and Mark's goes to us for the most fatigued episode intro that we've done yet.
You know,
Because I didn't even say anything that made me feel that I was in my first day of fucking high school. She's like, it was great to see you today. Yeah, it's like someone that's been told that they've got to host the Golden Globes, but they're like, fucking they were in Marvel's Shield and nothing else. Oh, we got a great show for you today. But you're shitting yourself the whole time.
it's so showy that it's very, when Patrick Warburton, any character that he plays is usually a little bit on the slower side of like pace of speaking, but when it gets really excited, it sounds fake, but it's the genuine excitement. That's
So you mean
welcome,
every moment of my life?
Hey, welcome to the GingerTalks podcast. I'm Patrick Warburton, and I approve this message.
At least we're not Ira glassing it.
fair.
Oh, the spirit is there, and we'll see if Ira wants to make a contribution to today's episode. Don't, Ira. You're banned from the podcast after what happened last time on the unaired episode. In which Ira Glass revealed that he's actually made of a polymer fiber made from plastic. Just let that one ride there. I'm going to actually put the Seinfeld bass line on after that.
Down.
What is the deal with Ira Glass? So, as you can hear, we've got a absolute rip-roaring show, Side Splitter, coming your way. Ginger,
Yes.
can we just say we've got fun things to announce?
Yes.
This will be news to our guests.
Yes.
By the time this episode airs, this will be old news. You'll know about it. But this is the first recording where this has been a real thing. We've spoken about it since episode 1. But the merch store is live.
It is 100% live. This has been a labor of love for months. I mean, from the initial, since before season 2 came out. Like, we really, during that break, we were really like, is this something we're actually going to do? Like, we talked about doing it. We're going to do it.
Yeah, we're finally actualizing the merch store is out. I thought for a second there it looked like it might not actually become a thing. It now is. Buy now! Or suffer the consequences later.
Yeah, the merch, I've been so excited for this, and it's the only, like, everybody talks about, like, oh, having merch, I've got this merch design, that merch design idea, like, all these things. And for a podcast, you don't buy, like, typical merch. It's not like, oh, look, it's the new Marvel t-shirt that came out for the show. No, it's a podcast. There's not many ways to support it outside of sharing about it and listening. So I'm really excited because it's just a facet of things that I've gotten to explore.
And you could have this new Marvel T-shirt yourselves at home if you follow the link. Should we give the link? Have you got the link?
I don't have, at time of recording, I don't have the link finalized, but it will be on our website. It will be linked at our link tree, which is available in the description of wherever you're listening to this.
Yeah, so it's The Legend of Zelda, The Legend of GingerTalks merch, Breath of the Wild at the moment. But that's okay, because we've not got a link. But we're going to get one.
Oh, God.
We're going to get one. We're going to get a link. Shot! You know that, the up B on Super Smash Bros. Melee, where he does the big turnaround with his sword. That's what I'm doing right now.
So everybody listening in the future, basically, if you want Netflix to pick up season 3 of the podcast, you're gonna have to pick up some of that merch, and you're gonna have to support the Patreon.
Do it.
I mean, we can only hold so much up from this end, you know.
It's
You feel me?
Andy is that one guy who is just like, what are you promoting? No, tell me. Cool. Let me say it in the dopest way possible.
And I'm the guy who just secretly buys all of it.
Yeah, yeah, and we pretend we don't think less of him for it because you're like, come on, dude, bit strong. But that's but not at all. Awkward that you mentioned Ted Surround Us because I saw just today that Netflix is reporting their first loss since the streaming service began. 200,000 subscribers have left this month. Ted, if you're wondering why I'm not returning your text messages and calls, it's because you're fucking dead meat, bro. I'm going over to Hulu, HBO Max. I'm after the big money. And I speak for Ginger here as well. We're looking to sell out as soon as possible. So Ted Surround Us, you're dead to us. Squid Game is nothing more than a pet name for my penis. No, as it was before the Korean thunderstorm that hit our screens.
Ted, we're not looking to be on a sinking ship anymore, okay?
Yeah. Come on, we're selling merch now, man. I can't wait for the Ginger Snaps fucking streaming service we're going to start. And it's just videos of streamers during raids.
No,
not the kind you think. During Viking raids.
The thing is the true Ginger Snap streaming service already exists over at twitch.tv/GingerSnaps67. The one time I've promoted my own channel on my own fucking podcast.
Oh my God.
It's funny because I promote it constantly on that channel.
It's funny as well because like I've signed into that and I can't find like old episodes of House MD anywhere.
Listen, only my favorites. That's the only my favorites go up. If you want to know what I actually enjoy and watch, that's all. That's it.
It's just Supernatural.
No, there's other stuff on it too.
It's Ginger just reenacting every show by herself.
Yeah, like
playing Thief Simulator. It's never lupus.
It's never lupus.
Swapping wigs.
It could be lupus. If someone had told the actual musical artist Seal, right, that it was lupus, then I wouldn't be doing a dot to dot on his face every time I see him on the cover of Esquire magazine. Oh, it's a battleship. Oh no, it's just Seal.
God damn it.
And the scars remind us that the past is real.
In fact, I just shouted out Ginger Snaps in her own chat, even though she's not live.
You asshole.
Look at you go.
You know, and this is why we're such a tight-knit community here. This is why community matters. Get yourself a friend that's going to shout you out in chats that aren't active. Like, I'm going to go over to... I don't know any famous streamers. I had a real good joke lined up. I don't know anything, man. Markiplier. I'm going to tell the world in Markiplier's like currently unopened stream to check out the toast.
I mean, everywhere.
Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. I got a guy you might like.
ADHD toaster. You gotta keep your friends close, but keep your enemies toaster.
I'm not pulling that sound effect out.
That's okay. I wanted to do it for you this
It's
time.
behind my iPad.
A tale as old as time. What lurks behind the iPad? An incognito mode with secrets to tell.
They're not that interesting.
Yeah, all my secrets are really boring.
Well, and we've got a ripper show for you here today. All the stuff. ADD Toaster, boring internet, boring internet search history. Andy DeSeal, have you got any Google search terms that you're ashamed of that you'd like to share with the group?
Oh, let's fucking go through them right now. Let's see what is in my. Okay, so I got that's some good shit copy pasta. I got Streamlabs charity, and I got Nexus mods.
I mean, it's embarrassing in a whole different way than what I originally thought. Who's working your laptop? Is it a fucking Funko Pop model?
If by Funko Pop model you mean me, then yes.
Get it in the GingerTalks merch store. Real Andy DeSeal Funko Pop model.
I was gonna say that would be a great model. I think I'd put that up.
I don't even want to know what it have in its hands.
This is good copy. This is like gold standard copy. It's got like a fucking infinity stone in there, but it's turned off.
Oh my god.
Or it could have the new GingerTalks sticker pack that you can buy on our merch store.
I mean,
there's no promo code. We're here to take your money.
there is a promo code if you are on the Patreon.
Oh,
Hey,
wow.
what's the promo code?
Look at that.
Well, you're all in good time. All in good time.
Yes.
Great incentives to become a patron. The Patreon is growing.
It is.
It is?
Yeah, we got another follower maybe 3 weeks ago. Oh my god, give me that money. Give me that fucking money. I'm ready to like really sell out and become unrecognizable.
Y'all don't want to be left out of the Cool Kids Club, do you? I mean, I know your parents taught you about peer pressure and everything, but this is the kind of peer pressure you give into. Because otherwise, you're left out of the Cool Kids group. And I just don't know what you're going to do about that.
Andy, I need to see you playing the role of a sleazy salesman sometime. I need this in my life.
There was a reason that in my friend group in high school, when we compared ourselves to Breaking Bad characters, I was Saul Goodman. So I'm just going to leave it there.
That's the dream. The dream is that, and then the reality is it's Matilda's father. Like knocking back the clock on his like fucking, shitty Ford Escort. I got a real deal for you, Matilda. That's my Danny DeVito. I don't know.
That was so good.
I'm guessing, straight from the jowls.
I mean,
The jowls on the prowl. Danny DeVito.
Now, the real question is, this is completely off topic, but it just came to my mind, and I need to know now. For those of you who've seen The Batman, who would you think would win in a fight? Danny DeVito's Penguin or Colin Farrell's Penguin?
Danny DeVito.
Danny DeVito.
Yeah.
Throw King Dedede in the mix.
Oh, King Dedede, yeah. King Dedede! Game! Game! It's just like, oh, who is that guy, by the way? It says like, game! Fucking hell. It's like it's the least, like, when you think about it in a way that's not just, it's the end of the game, right? It's like someone from Las Vegas telling you to still gamble because you finish the match and then someone's going, game! Like, keep gaming. Game! So then
You're getting too lucky in blackjack, so they put a gun to your head. Game!
You need to lose. Your chic is too overpowered. We need to send in Fox.
The house always wins. Game.
Master Hand jacking off in the back. More like Crazy Hand, am I right?
There's a reason those fingers are magical. Feel me?
Oh, Jesus. Shit. And that's just the guitar tabs for Through the Fire and the Flames. Yeah, and, God. I don't know how long we've been recording, but this is really a Captain Without a Ship situation.
Yeah.
Nah,
I
we're
think
fine.
we've never had an intro to an episode quite like this one. I've not even had spoken about my day or anything. Like everyone's just, I'm not ready for the free for. This is like a battle royale of long form conversation.
This is so. What's happening right now is typically how most conversations between the three of us go. It's so nice to have an observer
Hi.
to what's going on.
Yeah, and she'll leave it open to the floor for anyone to guess who the observer is.
It's funny because
Colonel?
I was trying to guess who the observer was too.
I'm like, is that me? I was like, are you talking about me? The Watcher.
Ooh.
The podcast watcher.
the voyeur?
It sounds like David Hayter. The podcast watcher. Otacon. I'm just
Sounds like
waiting for
something
that.
I'm expecting to pop up on CBS in 2 weeks.
Oh.
Oh
I
my
hate
God.
that.
Chris Hansen's gonna make a guest appearance.
Ugh.
Oh no!
Ugh, no.
Would you
Why
like
don't you
to
sit
take-
down here?
Would you like to take a seat?
No, it's
No,
Legacy.
Yeah.
it's not. Would you? It's have a seat. It's not a
Yeah.
question. It's a demand.
It's
Yeah, and
a
he's like-
statement.
An order.
When he's like, no, I do not want a piece of pizza. Okay. You seen that one? I don't want a
Yes.
piece of pizza. I'm like, dude, you would humanize yourself so much if you'd just taken that slice. imagine that episode. Chris Hansen, he's like, take a seat. Wait, I see the messages. And he's like, hey, dude, do you want a piece of this pizza? And Chris Hansen goes, what are the toppings? He's like, it's just a simple cheese slice. Got it from Rufio's down the corner. It's the best New York spot in town. Rufio's, home of the slice, home of the cheese slice, and it's the best slice in town. And Chris is like, isn't that what they all say, though, sir? And he's like, no, look at the dough. It's the Napoli style. Nah, take a slice. And then Chris is like, yeah, sure, I'll take a slice. And you want to talk about your chat history with what you believe to be a 14-year-old girl? But damn, this is a good cheese slice. You're not gonna get that down at Sbarro's down at the mall, am I right?
This is Sbarro slander, and I will not stand for it.
No, this is what I imagine.
Ew.
This is what I imagine America is like.
Oh, Andy, why? No.
You're saying you don't like Sbarro's?
You live in Michigan. You have better pizza than that.
I am a big offend right now.
See.
Hey, you're from Michigan. You got the Detroit style slice, the square slice.
Ugh,
It's got the
Wait,
sauce.
with us for lunch?
You got the sauce on top. It's the Detroit slice. Good enough for Chris Hansen, good enough for me. You know what I mean?
The Detroit slice can have a slice of my ass, because I don't fucking like square pizza, aight?
Whoa.
You heard it here first.
Whoa.
You heard it here
Shots
first,
fired.
everyone.
Hey, forget about it. Hey, what about the grandma slice? What about that grandma? It just bakes differently in that square slice.
I just...
Is this what New Yorkers are like, by the way? I've been to New York, and I just that is about the
I mean,
extent of what I saw.
you know...
I don't actually remember. It's been so many
It's
years since I've been
been-
to New York.
So long since I've been.
I've never been to New York, so I wouldn't know.
I saw a guy when I was in New York maybe 3-4 years ago, and I saw a guy in a Spider-Man hoodie playing in traffic. So
they were
that's
just
about-
filming for the Spider-Man movie.
Are you sure they weren't just...
No, it's Tom Holland. Oh shit. Okay.
So
All right.
that's
Okay.
where the hate stems from. God.
Yeah. So he's doing backflips. He's like, oh yo, you gotta go down try the slice down in Brooklyn. It's a better slice in Brooklyn. They use the San Marzano tomatoes. Straight from Napoli, the DOP designated point of origin. That's a good slice.
Why does it kind of sound like Sylvester Stallone?
Hey, Adrian. Hey, you want to try a good piece of pizza? Hey, Bubkis. Hey, forget about it. You want to try a good piece of pizza? San Marzano. I don't know a lot about reading or nothing, but I know about a good slice. Hey, uptown.
I'm just waiting for all of your impressions one day to go into a movie together where you just play all the characters and it becomes Druid, the Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah. I've been taking medication for about 10 years to stop that from happening. The great fleshy internal puppet show that is my psyche, that you just fucking... And you're all laughing about it. They're not impressions, they're my friends.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Druid's gonna single-handedly resurrect the Muppet Show?
Yeah,
Oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not easy being Druid. ask all 5 of them. That's it. Okay, so I feel that we've got a window into me. How about everyone else? What was I talking about? Pizza. Fuck me. Oh shit! All right, okay. Well, look, I either need like a suitcase full of Valium or a load of like answers. Fuck me. All right. It's not easy being Druid, I tell ya. Happy feet. We got those happy feet. I'm just doing impressions now. Like, anyone else want to say anything?
No, so
Right? I'm gonna run out of like fucking impressions to do at some point. Like, there's not gonna be any more celebrities left. Like, when you know it's getting bad when I bring out like my Sarah Jessica Parker, right?
so the whole time you were doing the Kermit voice, think about like you've seen videos of people doing the Kermit voice, you've seen people do the Kermit voice in person, the way their mouths move, all I'm imagining is you sitting in your room like in a flannel and jeans holding a glass of wine and a cigarette making that face, and that is just the funniest thing to me.
No, how dare you? That's like, I feel so. I'm literally wearing a flannel. Like, you don't know how like real that is.
I'll have you know.
Like,
that
I'm
is
wearing
not a glass of wine. It's a beer, okay?
No, it is a glass of wine.
I'm trying to help you, motherfucker.
No, well, I don't know. It seems like I'm so seen right now that if I go in any other direction, that there's much like Chris Hansen has waiting for you, a team of police outside waiting to set me down. I'm not a pedo. I'm just I'm doing impressions of Kermit the Frog to an audience of literally 45 people from across the globe. You know, they say first impressions are the hardest, but that Kermit really was the hardest. Like, shit. All right, okay. Well, you know, just enjoy them while they're coming, because eventually I'm going to run out of impressions. Like, there's only so many voices in the world. The thing when you do like a modicum of voices is the one that's hardest to bring back is your own.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Thank you for taking that seriously.
No, like but for real though. Sorry, my brain has been all over the place.
On a spiritual level, I think you're right.
For weeks, and today is just the day that Gingy's brain broke. So it's fine.
I mean, we've been getting real serious on the podcast lately. I don't know if listeners have noticed. We go quite deep. This is
it's quite political, especially this one.
Yeah, this one's really tearing down the bipartisan nature of America. One Kermit, I want to speak in the House of Representatives. I got something to say. I like the Muppets. You're talking about representation. I don't feel the Muppets are getting a fair shake. Okay. I mean, honestly, I can't even say I'm a Muppet on the local census. I can't even say I'm a Muppet on Facebook yet. Or a frog, for that matter.
Gonzo for Senate?
We'll take him. What is it, Rizzo the rat? Oh my god, I've got them all. No, okay. Alright, I'm not Jim Henson, alright? As my doctor keeps having to tell me. Druid, you're not Jim Henson. I was like, Jim Henson, I am!
Frank Oz.
Oh yeah, that is Frank Oz. Fucking... Isn't it really cool that he had like a prison drama named after him?
I'm still amazed that I thought he died like in the 90s and then found out he's still around. It's fucking weird to me.
You thought he was dead. Actually, his grave was just like the Emerald Curtain, and he was Oz the all-powerful behind that the whole time. No? Nobody?
No?
I feel like I've been hitting some real home runs, and that one was just... So, anyone else got anything to say? No, actually, we're a podcast. Ginger, we're the hosts. Do you remember that?
No, I...
You know, this is the point of the episode where we usually say, like, how do we know each other? But everyone's heard all those stories. Right. So I'll ask you guys, how's the experience of continuing to know us been for you?
Oh, God.
So
an absolute delight.
Now that your channels have like really exploded after being on the podcast,
you know that Ginger Snap's little bump right there? It's been real nice.
Yeah,
I've seen an exponential growth since Q3, since we were last on the podcast. Sayonara Sarando-san was just absolute success, and yeah, seeing that graph just stonks.
It was a prestige. It was a prestige episode. There's no denying it. We brought Ted Sarandos to the fore, who no longer part of the family. Sorry, Sarandos. The shareholders have spoken. Who did we listen to instead? Elon Musk buying Twitter.
I mean,
his first. What's Elon Musk's first action as CEO of Twitter will be like the MySpace Tom effect, where everyone has to follow Elon Musk. And then he'll also make the Twitter bird fly to the left instead of the right.
So are you telling me that Elon Musk is going to become Tom from MySpace?
Yeah, well, he's buying Twitter. 43.
He could never be Tom.
I don't know if the FTC will go through with it, but if he does, I've already made a lot of money off of it. So I'm.
Wow, they're in talks. Like, do you know what's funny when you think about MySpace Tom? Is that obviously big in cyber, but stood in front of a chalkboard, which most people going online today below a certain age won't even know what that shit is.
Right.
So existentially, how are you meant to sit with that one? And then
I don't.
I don't. Okay. Well, we've got one abstaining, so thanks for the conversation, Andy. Like really digging my boot heels in. I'm talking. What do you think about chalkboards?
I'll just be the most difficult guest to just
what do you think
to
about
pull out the deep cuts, and I'm just like, no.
Yeah, well, thanks. Yeah, from the detritus of my mind, you've sifted nothing. As a prospector, a social prospector, you are a failure, good sir. But as a stand-up dude and gentleman, I can't fault you. And yeah, there's no denying, that third quarter graph, that Sayonara Sarandos-san, which is, I realise now, is, after naming that episode, the hardest thing to say out loud in the world. Especially if you're Mike Tyson, but I'm not going there.
Damn it.
So much to celebrate. It's great to have two returning guests. I always enjoy having returning guests because we can dispense with the niceties, and we can dispense with all of those things, that the formalities of the podcast, and really get down and dirty to what makes us us, which is apparently me talking for 20 minutes straight in different voices, in the hope that someone will identify with one of them.
I'm very glad to be back, because I did have a lot of fun the first time around. I felt bad because I feel like sometimes I feel like I'm kind of useless in conversation, so I try to not be that way. So if I can, maybe redeem myself in my own eyes, then I'll consider that a win, baby.
Well, if it's any like kind of comfort to you, being asked back on the podcast is not considered as a do-over. we need to do this guy again. Well, this is your third time.
This is my third.
Yeah.
Back to the class, Toaster.
Okay, back in the class. I'm gonna go sit in the corner. Goodbye.
And imagine if that happened to everyone that wasn't doing well on their SATs.
Shit.
Looks like I exist on another plane. Goodbye, friends.
I actually heard they're gonna cut out the SATs and the ACTs.
Oh, fuck y'all. You decided to do it like fucking some odd years after I get out of high school. Eat shit.
I agree with you, Andy.
American education system, I know you're listening. I got some words for you.
Yeah, we really do shatter the walls of the White House with this fucking programming every time. I hear Lincoln's statue moves an inch forward every time we record an episode. Like edges closer towards like the great evolutionary wormhole that is long form talking podcasting, and he's going to drop himself in his hat in the ring. What will he abolish next?
What?
What?
Joe Rogan.
Listen, that's just bringing up another one of my hot takes. So
Yeah.
I mean, friend of the show, Joe Rogan. Thanks for the foot spa, the DMT infused foot spa that he sent to me. My feet actually look like something out of the Outer Worlds. I'm looking down at my pied de terre, my toes, man. Hey, man. Fuck Joe Rogan, man. He's not a friend of the podcast. What am I talking about? I feel like I've just awoken.
it's like you've come to the realization of my Joe Rogan quote unquote hot take that I put out there so long ago.
What?
How hot a take was it?
Yeah, it was.
So you'd be surprised how many like dudes I know from like stand up who are just like, no, I love empowering women. I love things, and then they're just like, but did you listen to the new Joe Rogan Experience? Oh my god. And I'm like, fuck off with you.
That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
those things are contradictory.
Yeah, like have a female guest. Like he's like, what? Want to hear how much weed Michelle Pfeiffer had to smoke before she got in the Catwoman costume? You're like, Joe, come on, man. Am I right in thinking they have had no female guests on the Joe Rogan Experience?
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't watch the Joe Rogan Experience, so
I haven't either. But compilations, I've never seen a single one.
You get those Facebook sponsored ads for it because, like, I've never actually watched it. but you know, there's always like a Facebook sponsored ad that is a clip of the Joe Rogan Experience, and it's never a woman. I don't believe that he ever has had a woman on.
Actually, I got a hot take. Right now, I don't know if this is everyone else's thing, but right now, I'm not getting those ads. The only ads I've been getting lately have been for Jesus.
What?
Oh boy.
I have 5 or 6 churches that are just inundating me with like, oh, but Jesus did all these things. You must be really alone, but always remember Jesus is always there for you. And I'm like, just because I don't use the fucking platform? What the fuck?
No.
Yeah. Yeah. You're not using Facebook enough. Maybe you want to turn to Jesus Christ.
You must need Jesus.
Maybe you want to turn to our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. He'll show you the way.
No.
And then, as soon as you accept our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, you'll start seeing Marvel links again. Because that's all I seem to get is Marvel. And I feel that that's my punishment for talking about Marvel on the podcast so much.
Good.
Good. All right. I'm glad you agree. Good. You deserve to be in your own personal hell, Druid. Thanks, Ginger.
You talked about it enough that maybe you'll come around a little bit.
Well, in the Patreon episode, I did concede I like the series Loki.
Mm-hmm.
That series was great.
Yeah, I've started watching Moon Knight.
How are you liking it?
Yeah. I don't dislike it. It's a little bit harebrained, but maybe that's what. That's what I mean. Like sometimes things get like movies and stuff. They go beyond a level of like suspension of disbelief, where when you start to get cartoon Egyptian gods that I'm meant to believe walk among us, that I'm really getting pulled out of the fucking thing, man. So the last episode I started getting really pulled out of it, but it could come back.
No spoilers, kids.
Yeah.
I have not seen a single Marvel show besides the thing of Daredevil, Jessica Jones, and Punisher.
I mean, I'll say Daredevil's awesome.
Yes,
I haven't
absolutely.
seen any of the Marvel TV shows.
Oh,
they're better than the movies when they do it right.
True.
In my opinion,
very true.
Like and it's just actually quite obviously better than the movies to a point where it almost embarrasses them when it's done right. In my opinion, it's like the whole TV shit has been the saving grace of the property for me. Someone that's like a vocal hater of maybe 90% of the movies.
Well,
the
thing with the TV shows is they focus on maybe not to the average everyday consumer. Like they have the unpopular among wording. Holy shit. The TV shows are the lesser known like properties, but like the diehard fans are just like, no, they're making Jessica Jones, fucking done. Like there's gonna be more comics. I can't wait for more. Like the TV
Jessica
shows,
Jones was good.
The TV shows cater to those where it seems like the Iron Mans and the Spider Mans have never fallen out of the spotlight. If that makes sense.
There's also a lot more nuance in them. I think that's the key for me, is that, you know, they really like build, you know, even in Moon Knight, for example, where it's like a clusterfuck of crazy shit happening constantly, they really take time to, I know that this is something people say Marvel do well consistently in the movies, but in the TV shows they do it even better, in my opinion. Let's look at the Kingpin, for example, in the Marvel. In the not Marvel, we're talking about Marvel. In the Daredevil series, like they just create a whole load more nuance in the villains and in the heroes, and there's a lot of emotional ambiguity, and there's interesting stuff there where it doesn't feel like it's just all being kind of systematically created to fire off different emotional responses in your brain almost
That's
scientific.
what I was gonna say. That you were bringing that up the last time we talked about this in my previous episode. That like it's almost like manufactured, whereas in the TV shows they don't follow those same rule sets. Like the biggest thing I will say that I have against Marvel, and don't get me wrong, I'm not a hard person to entertain, so like, it's not one of those things where I don't really hate anything all that much. There's not a whole lot I'm gonna say that I hate, but the one thing that irks me like to no end about Marvel is kind of what you're saying with like it feels manufactured, but not to the same extent to where you're saying it, but it just feels cleansed to the point where like, yeah, this character is gonna die, but they're gonna return, but they die in a like oh, so like, it's a movie about like Black Widow. It's, some crazy, a story about a spy who shoots people and, should be probably a rated R thing, right? You shoot this fucker in the head and their head blows up everywhere and they're like, oh, PG-13. Okay, so he like kind of ambiguously dies in an explosion.
You can't take the same.
But Daredevil, the very most minor of spoilers, but it's not even a spoiler at all. There's a scene where somebody gets their head fucking crushed in a car door, and it is horrendous.
Yeah,
but it's also beautiful.
Well, they can take those chances, can't they, in the TV realm that they can't take with movies because so much goes into making movies successful. But then, with the recent stuff going on, there's a definite vibe of like, we don't give a fuck. We know it's going to be successful either way. So we're just going full batshit. Which, in a way, like, to be honest, I'm here for just completely batshit fucking movies that just like kind of go beyond the pale of ridiculousness. Sure thing, whatever.
Here's the other thing is that, like, when it comes down to, like, storytelling, a TV show is usually about, 42 minutes?
Yeah.
A whole hour. And you can tell a lot more story in a TV show.
Absolutely.
Than you can in a movie. Because a movie, it's, you got, at max, probably about 3 hours. People really don't like to go over that unless they absolutely have to.
Yeah.
Unless you're Justice League Snyderverse, because they needed to do it in order to save their ass.
But they also tried to pack in a lot of story unsuccessfully originally.
Well, there's no, whatever your thoughts are, the Snyder Cut is better.
No,
absolutely.
Way better.
I actually kind of like it. I almost want to say I don't want to like it because it's just the people. Like, I'm sorry, but this we have enough like bipartisan bullshit in politics that we don't need it between this like Marvel and Snyderverse shit. By the way, also in where people are literally divided to the point of like it's like following a football team, right?
Mm-hmm.
You just people just blindly here's something that really pisses me off is people just blindly like everything by one or the other.
Yeah,
and I think that diminishes a lot of like good conversation that can be happening about movies. And I love anyone listening to the podcast might know I love talking about movies.
Yes.
I think it's just kind of tribalistic nature to want to sway one way or the other, but you have to try to like get yourself out of that and be willing to deal with the fact that people have their own opinions. Like, for example, the fact that I like Sbarros, just as a crazy, throwing that out there.
Jeez.
It's an inferior slice. You've not been to Brooklyn.
So
what are you talking about? He's having a mole slice. So and in a way, isn't that what Marvel movies are all about? They're a mole slice in the theater. You can't
get a New York slice in places, Sbarros is where it's at.
I did have a Sbarros when I went to New York, and I wasn't disappointed by it, but they are, come on, there are better slices out there.
That's
I'm sure there are, but
I also have
sorry.
I also have very horrible memories of the Sbarros in my local mall growing up.
Oh God.
It was awful. Like there was the reason you could get Sbarros so easily was because nobody was there. Nobody liked it. But we also had a Taco Bell, a McDonald's, and 3 Chinese restaurants in my super white bread mall.
Yeah, ours, the one that I went to, because I worked at the mall, my very first job was Hot Topic, and which if anybody knows me, that might come as a surprise to you. But yeah, I did work at Hot Topic, and it's still the best job I've ever had. Just want to point that out there. So hey, Hot Topic, if you're listening, you know, I'm always down for a sponsorship. You can sponsor anybody else in this here podcast. And I'll do all the work for him if you just give him money. But anyway, as I was saying,
damn it, Andy.
You can thank me later when Hot Topic hits you up. But I remember I only got one shift that I ever got to like have a lunch on, and I didn't get paid nearly enough because I wasn't. I didn't work there enough because it's a fucking seasonal position, and yeah.
Right.
So I stole money from my so it was like this thing this like box of I stole money from a box. I got it all out there finally. I admit it, okay?
I've never heard anyone so angry at the third dimension before.
Right. It's a box.
It's a box. I guess it's got that depth.
I just had a fucking 7 moment. I was like, "What's in the fucking box?" But
apparently some money.
Yeah. So in my closet at my dad's house, there was like a stack of $2 bills, and I was basically never supposed to use it. But I took some of those $2 bills to Sbarro's, and I fucking spent basically all my $2 bills at Sbarro's over the course of my time working at Hot Topic. And yeah.
Seriously?
Well, not just Sbarro's, but also the Chinese place that they had there, A&W. But I'm a fan of Sbarro's. What can I say?
I mean,
you know what I'm not a fan of?
Oh. Not that. That's not what I'm questioning. It's why did you give up your $2 bills? Those things are worth money.
Because
I know more than
I was
$2,
hungry.
but shut up.
Because I was hungry.
Mine are all in a safety deposit box.
I know. I probably should have did something smart with them, but come on, I was young. What are you gonna do?
No. Trust me, I know those days.
All these $2 bills are in a safety deposit box. Ladies and gentlemen, the Unabomber.
And well, what are you gonna do? I was really hungry. Okay.
God damn it.
Hey, when you're hungry, you gotta fill your belly. You gotta go down to Sbarro's. That's okay with me. You gotta order that cheese. You're not ordering the grandma because you can't take a square slice because you're a square looking in a box.
I'm glad you got where I was going with that because I couldn't find my Sylvester Stallone right away.
Adrian, forget about it. Aren't we just, and at the end of the day, aren't we just punching that great side of beef inside the inner workings of society itself on this wonderful podcast today?
Hashtag deep.
Shit.
Well, I don't know. I'm trying to polish a turd here.
I know I've given you a lot to work with here.
Well, but I like Sbarro's.
Yeah.
Conan O'Brien's writing an opening monologue about it right now.
A whole can of worms, really.
Yeah, and that's
what-
Sabaros for you. It's like a can of worms. It tastes like the earth.
Yeah, that's what we should call this episode.
What?
Kermit says he likes Sabaros.
Sayonara, Sabaro-san.
Sabaro-san.
At least that one's easier to say.
Yeah, oh, konnichiwa, Domino's. Eating a large Domino's pizza to myself tomorrow because I've stayed up all night and can't be bothered to cook, which happens probably once a week now since we started the podcast. I
Same.
order a large pizza to myself, eat the pizza. I cry, I fall to the ground and cry. Sorry, what were we talking about? Oh, yes, Sabaros. And Sabaros, if you want that monologue as copy for your next ad campaign, then you've got it.
If you want me not being able to describe a box as your new ad.
Yeah. But here's the thing, we can talk about existential crisis and how, the nature of living in the world is too much for us to bear as modern human beings that have an understanding of the world around them. And then just say, Sabaros, forget about it.
Forget about it, eh?
Forget about that existential dread that you got. Forget about it. Have a Sabaros and just clean up and play some college ball while you're there.
I love this.
It is what it is. It's like a Frankenstein creation of different fucking opinions on the Marvel franchise and Muppets impressions, all rolled into one. All owned by Disney, so really we're Disney shills. So
God damn it.
Hang on.
Toast has to do
also,
a thing?
I'm also shush. Currently being paid by Disney. What?
Yeah, so we're all part of that corporate monopoly that everyone's enjoying so much. That's what you got to learn here. Just making you aware of all the wonderful new shows on Disney Plus.
Don't get me started. I'm really looking forward to the mini series of Obi-Wan Kenobi.
I just hope he can change Anakin's mind this time.
No, I just want him to fight Hayden Christensen. That's all I want from that show, and I hope that happens.
Dreams can come true, buddy. I think they are. If you were a nerd at preschool in the 90s, then everything's coming up Millhouse.
Oh my god, it really is.
Yeah.
Do you know what's funny is, do you remember that video on Newgrounds, The Ultimate Showdown?
Yes.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
I've realized now that is what the Marvel Universe has become now.
That's pretty goddamn true.
Ooh.
You're right.
It's all
and
going
I
to end with
hate it.
Mr. Rogers in a bloodstained sweater.
Yeah. It's
I mean-
like, they're like, what's Godzilla doing here? It's the multiverse. Anything goes.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
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 Ah. This is the part of the episode where we just make random noises into the microphone.
You really see we've
Apparently.
come armed. We've come armed with topics on this one.
Holy fuck.
I mean,
But this really though is almost a glimpse of what conversations between streamers end up being, whether they're newer friends, older friends, people who don't know each other super well. Like, this is the most streamer conversation I've ever heard in my life.
I mean, to be honest, we could all. I feel comfortable with everybody in here that we could all just share a beer, and that would be great.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would have a root beer because I'm not I don't drink alcohol, but
Okay, Andy's DD, let's go.
Yeah.
Time to get
I
wrecked.
brought it up
Arriving
earlier.
live.
Yeah, I can't wait for Andy to peel me off the floor.
It wouldn't be the first time I've had to do it, all right?
Andy, start
Right.
becoming a paramedic because we'll need fluid cycled into us.
I mean,
Oh my god.
Yeah.
It sounds absolutely filthy.
well, it's probably a good thing when I went to visit Toast that we didn't go out to a bar because I can drink. I can drink, and apparently Toast can too. But we
Shouldn't.
right, can and shouldn't are two different things. But I'm kind of sad now that I'm probably not going to get that experience of you chaotically drunk.
I get very quiet.
Oh.
Oh wow, the Watcher, the sleeping
say-
eye.
But your brain has got to be going either a million miles a minute or you're just like that the way you get when you're just dopey tired.
Both.
If the podcast is anything to go by, I'm not as good as I say I am. At drinking, I'm way worse than I say I am. I think because I listen. By the end of the episode, you can guarantee I'll be slurring my way through this.
Yeah. I've never. We did the one episode with Lava where we all drank.
Oh God.
And I drank my fair bit. I think it was like 3/4 of a bottle or something that night. But we don't get sloppy.
No. Well, I like to think not. Anyway.
Yeah. Because
But
you see.
What happens is like we finish recording and then my energy level has gone and I end up talking to the guest after the recording and sounding like a complete fucking asshat. Because that's what happens. I think I hyper focus while we're recording and then as soon as I know we've stopped, that's it. It's over. I'm fucking send me home.
Yeah. And well, it's
yeah.
because here's the for streamers, and I think Toast, it's been you made a comment about this. Some streamers only stream 2, 3, 4 hours, and some streamers like myself, we stream for 8 to 12 at a time.
Hey, I started out doing that. Anyway, where's my pen?
But you haven't done that in so long.
I also haven't streamed in so long.
Right. But your streams, your streams before you took your break to move, they were all a lot shorter.
Oh yeah.
And now, and I feel like I'm partially to blame for it.
No, you don't want to know what the real cause of this has been?
What?
Caffeination. I'm regularly supplied with coffee now.
Yeah.
Just like the ultimate jigsaw to a successful ADD stream.
Yep.
What's this over here? What's this? It's like Nightmare Before Christmas.
I mean, yeah.
I've learned about caffeine naps.
Oh, things make so much sense now that I understand caffeine napping.
For those who don't know what a caffeine nap is, it's basically you chug a coffee and then take a nap so that by the time you wake up, the caffeine's hit you and then you get done.
Oh my god. No, this is news to me.
Oh.
It's kind of terrifying.
Yeah.
The first one is terrifying because you're like, why can I do literally everything? I just did all of my taxes in 5 minutes. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, all I had to do was offshore it to the Bahamas.
I made no money. I don't know what you're talking about, U.S. government.
Yeah.
Everything is fine.
See you later, Biden.
Yeah, it's caffeine napping. It because I didn't realize that that's what was happening. So it's like, man, I drank an energy drink and I was good for 20 minutes and then I just fucking crashed. I took a nap for 30 minutes. And then I'm fucking light speed. Let's go.
It's like a reboot.
Yeah.
And not that weird TV show from the 90s that I don't want to talk about.
Oh my god, such awkward facial expressions in Reboot.
The what now?
You know, Reboot, the CGI animated TV show from the 90s.
It was the first one.
Yeah, and like every time someone stubbed their toe, it looked like a cum face.
You're not wrong.
Look, I don't say things for no reason, Toast.
You are definitely not wrong. I did not think about that until just now.
God
You know, it's just like,
damn it.
yeah. Let's Reboot, everyone. They're like about 5 nerds right now from Minnesota just fucking smashing that into their computer keyboards.
I know my niece listens to this podcast, and she's going to hear that and go, "You're fucking right!"
Well, I'm glad I could bring such wholesome programming straight to your niece.
My niece is only like 6 years younger than me. So...
Yeah, but I mean, either way, I mean, just anyone. This should not be listened to by anyone.
This is the podcast that's going to make it pop off.
Yeah, I can really feel it.
1,000 listeners.
I can really feel that. You know, I can feel it. I can feel the magic, right? I can feel the. I feel the sprinkling of stardust all over this one from the outset when. The intro to the episode was like we were falling into like an alternate dimension with our shoes tied together. I'm like, you know, and I'm rubbing my hands I'm rubbing my hands every time we talk about Sbarros. Fucking wild, man. What? Can you believe? You know. It blows my mind, and like if we have listeners that aren't in the Discord, right? And we can see that from the analytics.
Yeah.
And I'm like, who are? I really want to know who you are, guys. I can see you on the map. There's like a hotspot map that shows where everyone listens from.
We know you're there.
We do.
Yes, we actually do.
We actually do know you're there. And I sit there, like, scratching my nuts every time, asking the question, like, who are you? Interact with us. We'd love to hear from you. Fuck me. Who are you? Why do you sanction this bullshit? Because
tweet
I know...
podcast.
Yeah, tweet. Yeah, not that there is a podcast Twitter. Tweet at Elon Musk and we'll get back to you.
We'll find you there, too. Don't worry.
Yeah. But we've got
that many followers.
We've got eyes everywhere.
God damn it!
Leave that one to just leave it to rest like a fucking ribeye, like a ribeye on Wolfgang Puck's nephew's leg. I don't know. Fucking. Wolfgang Puck, there's a guy with an interesting voice. He sounds like an evil fucking professor from like a 1940s. Yeah, am I just talking to myself here when I'm talking about Wolfgang Puck? You know who I'm talking about, right?
I know who you're talking about, but I don't know if I've ever heard him.
So
Wolfgang Puck started CPK.
Yeah, California Pizza Kitchen. He put gold leaf on pizza.
I still don't know. I'm a little bit culturally stupid.
He's the inventor of California pizza.
Okay.
That's the easiest way to put it.
Yeah, everyone's favorite. Everyone's favorite. Let's be honest. Gold leaf, and he's like speaks like an extra from Shrek. As well, so he's like, I know how to do the pizza. I don't know where the fuck he's from. He sounds like he's from about 5 different places at once.
The multiverse where California mixes with.
Yeah. Sbarros, yeah. You know, like the fucking. the yuppie pizza world.
I think I've only ever been to a California Pizza Kitchen once, and it was ironically in Michigan.
Wait, was it the one we went to?
No, because we didn't go to one.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Just one up the street from me.
Oh.
There's only one that I know of.
Is it the one at the mall?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just the one that's up the street from me.
Yeah.
So that was actually the only time I've ever been to California Pizza Kitchen. I don't even think there is one in Iowa. But I know Wolfgang Puck from his other restaurants. Like the big fancy pants. So he's got in one of the malls in Columbus, he's got some big restaurant that's just like supposed to be like super fancy.
Yeah.
I think it's been so long. But I think I just remember seeing Puck really, really big on a sign. And it was all fancy pants, and everybody just like, oh, hey, yeah. Listen.
Is it Wolfgang Puck Express?
Yeah, everyone, choo-choo, get aboard the train. The Wolfgang Puck Express is leaving the station.
I looked it up, and there's a place, the two places in, there's, I was looking at Ohio, but I see 2 Wolfgang Puck Expresses, and then I see one The Kitchen by Wolfgang Puck in Michigan here. This is West Grand, Michigan.
West Grand?
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be West Grand Rapids, but when I zoomed in on the map, it just said West Grand.
Sounds boring.
I mean, everything just sounds like a train station.
Yeah. Oh, it's
the
definitely
Wolfgang Puck Express
at the West Grand.
At the West Grand Station.
Go through Terminal 9 3/4 to get on the Wolfgang Express.
A magical meal. Gold pizzas made by house elves.
Gingy, I just looked up.
Yeah.
There are no CPKs in Des Moines.
Yeah, no, I didn't think so.
There are none in Iowa.
I didn't think there was.
He's an Austrian-American chef.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. It's a match made in heaven for a guy making pizza, am I right? More Viennese than the waltz itself. Here's the pizza. The humble pizza. The bread of champions. Fucking... Oh, God, I feel like all we've talked about is like pizza and beer. This is the Sean William Scott podcast. Thanks for listening.
Hey, back to something earlier. Apparently, Mike Tyson's in the news for punching a JetBlue passenger.
Oh
my!
That's awesome.
Who was harassing him?
He was harassing me. Stop harassing me. No, it's literally a speech. It's literally a speech impediment. That's edited. That's not usable content.
No.
It was so much better when I said it before we recorded. It really had like impact.
I actually used to have a very, 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 very bad speech impediment. You wouldn't believe it, but every now and again I have a stutter. But I dropped it when I was about 5 or 6 because I went to speech therapy. But it was real fucking bad. I was making up words. Like, I basically wasn't even speaking English.
Congratulations, man. That's pretty fucking seamless now.
Yeah, once in a while, even right there, I have like a very slight stutter, but I feel like it kind of has to do with kind of just getting my bearings on myself as a human being. So I think maybe I'm comfortable enough to be able to speak now. Living in my own skin is something entirely different, but speech we got that. We're doing a lot better. We're at least at a B+ now. So
We're getting very real here. I'd feel comfortable in your skin.
Every once in a while, you'll hear it. I'll switch into a southern accent, and I kind of hate it.
Hi, matey toaster.
Y'all.
Y'all.
Y'all better back
Y'all.
up.
I love it when you say y'all.
I feel like
It's like it's like the Confederate version of saying over when you finish talking on walkie-talkie.
I feel like that's partly my fault.
No.
No?
Half of my family is Southern, so it's
Okay.
not your fault. This is like something that got brought up like when I was 15.
Okay. Because I do the same thing. The accent that I had growing up is not what you hear now. But when I
Oh.
get really mad, I get really frustrated, really angry about something. But you have heard my actual accent, Toast, because
I have.
Yep.
It's glorious.
It's
not as bad as when I would occasionally slip into a Texan accent, and then I would start hating myself.
Oh no.
Oh no! Oh god!
Because it just starts getting real slow.
Hell, this is IDD Toaster, and welcome to my stream.
By the way, I figured out why this Texan Southern drawl is so slow, and it's literally barbecue. That's the answer.
Oh.
Yeah, because you're always stopping the car and slowing down to check out the next barbecue place.
Oh my god, it's not even a joke down there. It's like, hey, there's barbecue around the corner. There's barbecue around the corner. There's barbecue around the corner. It's like, shut up!
I get it. There's fucking barbecue.
Jesus, okay.
You want barbecue with your tacos? We can do that. I'm like, okay, stop it. I'm already getting the meat sweats before I've eaten.
Barbacoa, senor.
Oh, you brought up barbacoa. Oh boy, do I got a story for you. So,
did you get tacos?
Well, no. I'm pretty sure I've told you guys this story, but I haven't told Druid yet. But it just reminded me, and I just needed to bring it up. But I went to a authentic Mexican restaurant. When we got our menus, they said, "You're not new," and it was an authentic Mexican.
I actually was about to make that joke. That's
but wait. I did it last. This episode is all about the callbacks, baby. I got to bring back everything from the last episode. Get those recurring jokes in here. But when I had the barbacoa, it was my first time trying it, and they gave me this sauce, which I assumed it was like birria tacos, where they have this like consomme. So I dipped it in. I actually drizzled this fucking taco in whatever sauce they gave me, and holy shit, it lit my goddamn face on fire. It was just so they like brought out the barbacoa in this like, I don't know, it was like the fucking ductwork or something, but they brought it out in this weird like metal container that looked like it was part of like the ceiling, and I was really excited for it. And then I put it in there. I had this sauce, and I just felt like I was in the seventh circle of hell. I was my mouth was just insanely on fire, for lack of a better word. And I thought it was the barbacoa, so I was like, oh my god, I did the wrong thing here. But it was just the sauce. So, shout out to that sauce that nearly killed me. Thanks, I guess.
I'm still one of those people who will eat. I don't care if it hurts me later. I'm still gonna eat it if it's fucking delicious.
Yeah, I'm with you there. 100%. Like, I can feel the heartburn when I'm looking at the menu and I just ignore it. And I suffer with heartburn, like, real bad anyway. Probably because of the drinking, but that's okay.
I expected that when I took a bite that my wife was going to rip off a mask like Mission Impossible style, and it was actually going to be Sean Evans from Hot Ones. And he was going to be like, all right. No.
Yeah, we're doing Instagram deep dive. Give us your worst. He's like, you've not got an Instagram, so we're just going to go through your Google image profile history. Fucking Sean. Can't wait to get him on the show. Besides.
That would be sweet.
Oh my god.
Could you imagine you guys are doing this podcast and you're on Hot Ones?
No. No.
Yeah.
Oof.
I'll just ask him like straight up, like, what you got going on in your life? Because like, really, he's the biggest like fucking enigma ever, and he would be great at playing Professor X.
I hear he's making a lot of money off of the hot sauces right now.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I don't doubt it, yeah.
Well, he's not making money off cold sauces.
Well, that sounds like an untapped market.
I was gonna say that's just all white people.
There's ketchup.
I'm pretty sure you can buy a Hot Ones pack for like from the grocery store now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
and coming soon to a store near you, Ginger Snaps Ranch.
No, no, fuck you.
You do not. Don't ask for the recipe.
Most cold sauce I can think of. I'm sorry.
No.
Ginger, you don't have to like it. You just have to pedal it, okay?
Sour
No.
cream?
Oh no! Stop it. No.
Yeah, there's nothing like that Antarctica Farms Ginger Snaps ranch sauce. It's really cool, the palate.
Comes deep frozen.
I hate
Tums.
everything. I hate everything.
And wouldn't you know it, coming in at negative 100,000 Scoville units, we got our carrot-based Ginger Snaps Ranch.
Yeah.
She can't eat it, but you can.
Yeah. And we've got breakfast covered. How about you wake up in the morning to some Druid porridge?
Oh shit.
Because porridge is the whitest of foods, surely. Just ask the three bears. Just ask the three bears. They got it covered. They're white as fuck, the three bears. Like, my bed is, someone's been sleeping in my bed. Almost sounds like the white guy that was obviously playing Dr. Hibbert for 3 years.
This is where you find out they were actually polar bears.
Oh.
Yeah. Eric Glacier!
What? Everything's cold.
Oh.
I still see you.
Let's kill the three bears. The Ice Age.
Here he is. It's fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger, freezing cold. The cold brew.
I was cleaning out my car a couple weeks ago when we had a really warm spell, and I opened my trunk for the first time in I don't even know how long. And I was going through my trash, pulling out trash, putting, my toolkit back in and stuff like that. And I opened up a box and looked in, and the only thing that was in this box were 2 Blu-rays, both really bad Batman movies. One of them being Batman and Robin.
Oh,
hey, hold on. That's the Val Kilmer one, isn't it?
No,
No,
that's George Clooney
nipples. Never mind.
Yeah.
No. Well, Val had the nipples as well, and I feel that George Clooney's really getting like a fucking raw deal there, man. He's really getting a titty twister.
I knew the man who designed Val's Batmobile.
That's fucking cool.
Yeah, it was Exhibit.
He's currently the head of undergrad at my university.
And he did not want you to share that information.
No, he knows he is. You kidding me? Go look up Tim Flattery.
Oh my god. Well,
he doesn't hide.
Tim Flaherty, he doesn't hide. But he sure does Jekyll.
Yes.
Boo.
Yeah, I know.
So you're in the trunk.
Well,
I pulled-
in Val Kilmer's Batmobile, might I add, which is like it's like being fucking king of the world.
like when I pulled those movies out, I instantly remembered buying them. The thing about it, I bought these movies in the very early stages of the pandemic when all people had was fucking time. And what do I do to help fill that time? Buy those two movies.
That's a very interesting use of your time.
Right.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
bought
but
those
is
two
that
movies.
because
They never made it in my house. I never watched them.
But it's funny you bought it during the pandemic because it's tantamount to buying fucking toilet paper in bulk.
Right. But
Why are all the beautiful ones homicidal maniacs? I'm like, shut up, George.
I only ever bought it once. I am happy about that.
Yeah, but my VHS copy still stands pride of place on the Druid mantelpiece.
well, in cleaning out the trunk of my car, I brought things into my apartment. Why the fuck did I open my trunk earlier this week and they were still sitting in my trunk? I've owned these movies for 2 years at this point. They've never made it into my house.
It's fate's way of telling you that they're destined for another time.
Yes, come on, no. You need to be like several bags of chips down with dip, with freezing cold dip, and just they're not as bad as people say, right? Because even Batman and Robin has that camp factor that makes it worth watching, right?
Mhm.
But I still see you. Oh, come on. Come on, watch the movie. Come on. But Val Kilmer's Batman is actually like worse than George Clooney's by a country mile. It's so stilted.
Yeah.
There's like, I literally feel like if you were to look inside his brain, you'd see like 2 butterflies in that whole movie. It's saved by Jim Carrey as well.
Oh yeah, no,
Oh.
Jim Carrey made that movie way better.
And then there's the stories of the behind-the-scenes strife between him and Tommy Lee Jones, which only makes the source material richer, in my opinion. Because what was it? Tommy Lee Jones was approached by Jim Carrey around the time they were wrapping the movie. I don't think they'd wrapped it yet. And Jim Carrey saw him in a restaurant and approached him to say, like, hey, it's my buddy from the movie, Tommy Lee Jones. And, like Jim Carrey does. And Tommy Lee Jones looked at him and said, I don't sanction your buffoonery, which is just such a power move.
Is that what he actually said, or is that?
Yeah, apparently that's verbatim. I heard Jim Carrey on a late night taping, and he said that. He said, I don't sanction your buffoonery. That's what Tommy Lee Jones said to him.
That's a well documented quote. Yeah.
That definitely sounds like something that he might have been working on Men in Black at the time as well, and was taken over by an alien, because that does
Right.
not sound like the way a human being speaks.
Yeah, but it also like makes real that kind of fantasy that I have that Jim Carrey and Tommy Lee Jones working on the same movie was like an episode of Pinky and the Brain. The same thing we do every night, Jim. We act. We act our asses off for the masses.
Sorry, I just keep posting cute things in our resource pack.
I'm hearting them.
They're coming in live, and I'm not hearting them, but like I am metaphorically hearting them. Believe it or not, I'm not a purveyor of cute things. I like horrific, ugly things. Right, instead, I like.
Then you're gonna love me.
Yeah, where are the other drugs going?
Hang on, I'm looking for the most horrific thing I can find. Hang on.
Okay.
Oh, Lord.
Wait, that's mac and cheese?
That's not horrific.
It's not horrific at all.
That's
I feel that
raccoon eating bread.
I feel like there's a real fine line between what I'm calling like disgusting, rather than you searching the word goatsy on Google Images.
I'm on Twitter. What do you mean?
Oh, okay, maybe wishful thinking. That's okay.
If we keep sending pictures in here, we're gonna have to start describing them to the viewers because they're not gonna be able to see this. They're not gonna understand.
Yeah, well, just imagine that we're having the best time in the world and you're not invited, and that's why you should be a member of our Patreon.
Yeah, and you get a live update of what's going on in the resources, right?
You'll get you get a simulcast.
Oh, God.
Whatever that means. Back in when I'm watching long form video game reviews on YouTube, which is every night, I thought ray tracing was just when you go to the aquarium with a pencil and a piece of paper.
This one's for Ginge.
God damn it.
Oh my god, hell yeah.
Yeah, so for the viewers at home, we have an
Anteater
ant,
and a
an anteater
capybara.
and a capybara. And the capybara is getting a little peck on the cheek from the anteater. And Real Andy the Seal has dropped the heart. There we go! We're in the end zone! No!
Sport announcer Druid.
Fucking my boy! Stick on the ball and assembly!
God damn it.
So that's why you should become a Patreon subscriber right there.
If you become top tier, is that how Patreon works? I don't fucking know. If you become tier 3 or whatever, I don't fucking know. You become the top tier of you go higher than Toast. You can get a signed copy of Batman and Robin from Ginger Snap 67 herself.
If it ever gets out of my trunk.
If it ever gets out of her trunk.
It's just right next to Jimmy Hoffa's skeleton.
Gingy found it a long time ago. Now she's just hoarding it for bragging rights.
It's mine. Get away. It's mine.
Wait, is that Al Pacino?
Fuck.
Oh, it's not? Oh my god. So embarrassing.
Oh my god, how could this happen?
This is like never happens. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Valley girl with a body in her trunk.
It's like, oh my god. I can't believe I ran over this hitchhiker. Oh my god. And it's like, I can't believe this anteater in the capybara. Oh my god. So cute. I can't wait to make a TikTok about it.
Let's hear lately. I've been stupid stressed with work. And so I'm in the middle of just ranting, raging about something. And if it's to Toast, I just randomly throughout my freak out has been just cute animal pictures. So it's like typical Fred conversation, cute animal, angry text about something, cute animal, and then like, hey, I have this question about how to do this thing. Like,
Yeah.
the number of cute animal pictures that I've gotten in the last 3 months is more than I've probably gotten in the last 10 years, and I love it. It's so much.
Probably because Twitter keeps suggesting you to follow the same shit I am.
Yeah, but you still send them to me, and it's great.
I'm never gonna complain with getting cute animal pics.
Yeah,
which
but
is
with
precisely
you,
why I
it's
sent
awesome.
you guys the baby cows.
Baby cows
Yeah.
were adorable.
I've got nothing to say about cute animal pics. You know, this family of baby ducks walking across the street can say it for me. No.
It's
Well said, baby ducks.
it's starting.
That's
to warm
right.
up
That is
here.
an anteater with a capybara.
It's starting to warm up here, which means all the geese are starting to come back.
Oh, fuck them.
Yeah.
And there's a couple swans that come back every once in a while, at least to my area. And it's like, you all are giant assholes. Why are you everywhere I need to go?
Oh, I know.
Oh, yeah.
So, I think Toast knows this. Gingy, I don't know if you do. Druid, I don't know if you do. But once upon a time when I was like 5, and we thought that going down to feed the ducks was a good idea. This was before we knew that bread wasn't a good thing to feed ducks. So I would like to formally apologize because I didn't know at the time. Don't feed ducks bread. It's bad. But
No bread.
yeah, no bread. But that's what we were going to do. And 5-year-old me thought it would be a great idea to go pet some of the baby swans. And
Oh no!
yeah. So basically, Mama Swan didn't like that, not one bit. So she comes at me with her beak, and apparently, what I didn't know when I was 5, and what I wouldn't know to this day had I not experienced it that day, was that swans have something resembling teeth.
Yes.
And sharp teeth, mind you.
They do.
And it bit me
Terrifying.
on the shin. Yeah. And I don't really wear shorts, but I used to wear shorts back then. I don't anymore, and I think it's because of that day. But it bit me directly on the shin, and I had a fucking giant bite mark on my shin. It's gone now, but the mental scars are there forever. And it hurt like a motherfucker, in case any of you are wondering. Don't get bit by swans. It hurts. Don't pet their babies. You heard it here first.
And also, all swans in the UK are legally owned by the Queen.
Yes.
So if you kill one, it's like a serious offence.
Wait,
It is
what?
treason.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an
Ooh.
act of treason to kill a swan in the UK.
Even if you accidentally do it, it's treason.
Oh
Yeah,
my
it's
God.
Then if I had $1 for every time I accidentally killed a swan,
Jesus.
However, if you kill a swan in any other country but the UK, it's fine.
Mm.
that's dinner.
It's dinner.
I wouldn't recommend you going out to do it unless it's for a survival need, and you can't eat
True.
literally
No,
anything
so-
else.
And
Check
and
your
this is
local
the-
ordinances.
This is the thing that's always really fucking confused me. Like, why the Queen has chosen them, and then you realise it's because they are, like, true defenders of the realm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they don't take no shit, basically. And you want to get on their good side.
They do this. They make this horrible noise when you're, like, near them. Because I go wild water swimming with Mrs. Knowledge quite a lot. And there are swans in the water where we go wild water swimming, and the geese make this fucking terrifying noise every time you go near them. That's like,
Yeah.
and you're like, fuck. It's like the Ride of the Valkyries.
They're Google because their teeth are not big because we don't when you think of a goose you don't think of big old fucking buck teeth like human teeth, but it's utterly terrifying. And
I'm gonna post a pic in the resources right now. Everybody at home, go do it yourself right away. There's a specific picture that I send to everybody when they don't know what that's like. So, oh boy, just
So,
get ready for it.
A goose with human teeth sounds absolutely like the most terrifying thing in the world.
I would prefer if it had human teeth, because
What's it that you know that on the Rugrats PS1 game, Grandpa's teeth when the goose has got the real teeth. Oh,
yeah.
yeah, those fuckers went into my shin.
It's like part of their tongue.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
their tongue also has the same. Probably the
They're
same
like
stuff on
weird xenomorphs. They got the fucking mini tongue that's got the teeth on it too. So
got one for you here. What do you call celebrity geese at an ice cream parlor?
What?
Geese Witherspoon.
it. God damn it.
God damn it.
I just came up with that.
God fucking damn it.
Like legally blonde, like legally quack, then legally wah.
Oh my God.
There you go. Oh, if you ever want to know how to kill conversation really quickly, that's how.
I'm transfixed on this picture because the eyes. I don't know what's more disturbing to me, the mouth or the eyes.
The answer is yes.
Like,
Yes.
I,
Confirm?
Yeah, because there's like a weird vein in its beak almost. Like it's got the dick vein in its beak. And then it's got this weird winding road of teeth down its tongue. And it's got this dead fucking Chucky eyeball.
That's the name of the podcast right there. That's what it's going to be called. It's going to be the dick vein in the beak.
I think Druid might be vetoing that.
I'm just wondering what that's going to do for the numbers. It's either going to go up or down. I don't know. If it goes up, then I don't want to know who's quite taking the reins on that one.
We're not going to look at the heat map for this episode.
Yeah.
the people who are searching for that are the same people who own the Golden 10 merch.
Damn it.
Yeah, they put the dick vein into their purchasing finger.
Sorry, not to call you out, listeners.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
It's all right. They're used to it.
No, they like it. They're
Yeah,
like, oh my god, they call us out!
Yeah. Oh my god, they said my name. And that's Geese Witherspoon of fucking Richmond, Virginia.
That should be the title. Let's be honest. Geese Witherspoon.
Yeah. Legally blonde. I want to be a lawyer.
This episode of the podcast also translated into geese.
Yeah. Yeah, don't fly south for the winner. Fly to the GingerTalks link tree for several links that might interest you. The Modern Goose. From Gosling to Goose, we've got you covered.
Geesanese.
Geesanese.
God damn it.
Catch us on the worldwide webbed feet.
God damn it.
Today. And, this is really quality programming. This is quality stuff. This is like, if we get picked up on this episode alone, it's like when they fucking decide that Wayne's World is a good prospect in the movie. And the kid, I don't see why the kids like it, but they fucking eat it up.
Hell yeah.
I feel like we need some direction. Oh my god.
I assumed you guys had questions, didn't you?
I was going to say, do we want to just start whipping around some questions?
Let's start questioning ourselves.
God damn it. So
do you want to start new segment or classic segment? That's the question.
Let's go classic, because the new segment's gonna be a big old doozy.
Yeah, it really is.
So
Is it your new segment or is it Gingy's new segment?
It's a new segment. We don't own those parts of the show.
The one you were
Wait,
talking
hold
about
on.
at the beginning? Or...
Oh yeah. So that's yeah. We'll do that later.
yeah.
I was gonna say, who's owning this show if it's not both of you?
Well, at this rate, we'll both be
There's a
trying to
shadow
fucking.
figure in the background.
At this rate, we'll both be trying to give it to the other one.
Okay.
I don't want it. You take it.
Phrasing.
She's like, change it to Druid Talks, please.
So, because here's the thing, the first question of guest questions is, mundane superpower, but we've already asked that of you both. We've already had that conversation. It feels weird. That I was so used to starting off with that.
I don't know what my mundane superpower was.
I don't.
I remember mine. It was the ability to gain other people's superpowers, but I'm living in the normal world where nobody has superpowers.
Oh.
So he knows how to use an Excel spreadsheet.
Right.
You can properly format a Word document.
Oh.
Yeah, imagine a world where being good at Excel spreadsheets was the pinnacle of superpowers, and then Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin says, "Back to formula." It's a good Excel joke. No? Okay. All right, carrying on. Guest questions.
I don't excel in that category. I'm sorry.
Back to formula.
So, we obviously, if you've signed up for the Patreon at a specific tier, you get priority guest questions. And I see we have one submitted by, we have a couple submitted by one of our guests. But the
I have no
one
idea what you're talking about.
that I'm the most confused about is the one we're going to start with. So from Toast, skincare, ? Is it universal? What?
In the universes that don't have skin, I would say no.
Yes.
It just...
I mean, no, it's not. I would say 75% of men don't do skincare. Judging by the faces I
Fair.
see on TV,
I mean,
anyway.
yeah. But
And by the way, guys, start moisturising, for fuck's sake. You only get one go on this rock, man. So fucking love the skin you're in.
I'd also like to pass that down to everybody in Florida who thinks it's okay to just go sit on the beach all day. Skincare.
yes, please.
So you don't look like a so you don't look like an old man at like 35.
I don't know what you're talking about. I feel great. John, age 26.
You look you look like my leather boots.
Oh my god. So really what we're saying is that this whole question was veiled so you could call out like people that are retiring from San Francisco at the age of 25. And
No, those people out in San Francisco, they know what skincare is.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's fair enough. I'm looking at you, Gary Vanderchuck.
I'm learning. I'm learning very quickly that I do need to start taking more care of my skin. So yeah, I would say it's universal.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
It's not a gendered thing. If that's what the question was hinting at.
Ah, cool. That's what I was going to go for.
It was the 4 words in total over 2 questions. What?
Skincare, is it universal?
Yeah.
That's 4 words.
Yeah, that's what she said. It's 2 words or 4 words stretch out over 2 sentences. One sentence just being skincare.
I like the other question I asked. How do your pets feel about climate change?
Yeah, I was gonna say the questions whenever you're gonna be involved in something like actively and you contribute something like guest questions, it's always just kind of an interesting time.
Yeah, because I'm going to ask the most ridiculous questions of myself, okay?
Because only you know how to answer them.
No, because I have no idea how to answer them. So what came to my head, all right? Shit. Also, I've been watching a lot of 911 Lone Star, and apparently skincare is a big thing in that show. So,
I mean,
well, to answer your other question, at least our dog is not happy about climate change.
Oh.
Because she's constantly going outside, and then one day it's really nice, and then the next day it's snowing, and then she's unsure what to do because the shit wasn't here yesterday, and now it's here. So what the fuck? And then she looks at us like it's our fault. Bruh, we ain't do this.
It's our
You, thi-
fault.
Why'd you put this here?
you think I wanted this? You think I wanted snow in April?
Yeah, it sounds like a shit fucking 90s emo band. Snow in April.
And I can say with full confidence that I didn't. Michigan just fucking ran with it.
But like my dog, from what I can understand of what she's trying to say to me, she believes that we still are at a point where it's avoidable. That's what she's told me. So we should take the necessary steps to keep the ice caps melting so she can have more water in her bowl.
Yeah.
And that's the bottom line because Phoebe the dog said so. God bless her. Wherever she is, I don't know where the fuck she is. She's usually like scratching at the door at this point. I'm like, do not come in because I won't forget that time that she fucking tripped over the power cable in my laptop while it was on no battery. And I was absent for about 20 minutes of one of the episodes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh,
Just
no.
Gingy talking by herself
I had
for 20 minutes.
I know I had someone on with me when that happened, but we were just like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, well, cool, yeah, let's let's just keep
Sure.
talking.
There was a point in my last episode where you did drop off for a bit, but I don't think that was the reason.
Look, I'm not very dependable.
We can blame your dog for some of it. It's okay. You don't got to take the full blame this time.
Yeah, my dog ate my Wi-Fi.
My dog ate my podcast script.
Oh, yeah, and if anyone thinks that we've got a script for this, like, thanks for...
Thanks for having faith.
Yeah, thanks for giving us the benefit of the doubt on that one.
Nah, we just be riffing.
Yeah,
If this episode isn't the fucking evidence of that, then I don't know what is.
Yeah. It's gilded living proof of the chaotic machinations that go into making one of these shows. We were due one of these. But yeah, have we got any more?
So we've got one from a community member into my DMs, and so we've got a few of them from her. If you could only watch 3 movies for the rest of your life, what would they be?
Shit, okay.
Is it those 3 movies and then I die?
No, they're the only.
Why do you need to die in this situation?
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of movies, and then I would just be like,
Host,
well...
do you need to talk, buddy? Because
No,
we're right here,
fine.
right now.
Just... Got a lot of movies on my plate, right?
I think one of the questions was, how's everyone's mental health? We didn't ask that one.
Oh, mine's great.
Maybe we need to circle back.
Andy's just trying to stall for time.
That's really hard to come up with.
I'm not trying to stall for time because I know at least 2 of my answers.
Yeah, Batman Forever, Batman and Robin.
Specifically the ones in Gingy's trunk.
Yeah.
The signed copies from the podcast.
If they ever make it out of my trunk.
Yeah, that's what they all say.
For me, at least 2 of them would be The Dark Knight and Skyfall, in no particular order, because Skyfall's probably my favorite movie. But James Bond just always holds a very special place in my life. I've been a Bond film fan since I was a very, very small child. And I started off with Pierce Brosnan, by the way. So shout out Pierce Brosnan. if you could just find the fountain of youth and stay alive forever, please do that, because I love you. So there. And
He'll get right on that after hearing this.
yeah.
He was happy to lay down his head and just.
I just gave Pierce Brosnan hope, which gives me hope, and so it's kind of a self-oiling machine, really.
Yeah, and Piers, we're ready to forget about Mamma Mia.
He's gonna go find Mick Jagger's guy.
What the fuck are you talking about?
or Paul Rudd's guy. But Paul Rudd's guy, I'm pretty sure, is just Paul Rudd.
I mean, yeah.
But Skyfall, in the sense that it is the Bond movie that is the most different of all the Bond films, I feel like. In that I might have talked about this on the last episode. I don't know, because I'm a very firm believer in talking about this movie, especially with great great. What's the word I'm looking for? Not emphasis, fucking gumption. I don't know.
Aplomb.
Yeah, sure. That. But Skyfall is a beautifully shot movie. In terms of cinematography, like even if you don't like James Bond films, like it's a movie that you would see just cinematography wise and be like, holy shit, that's a beautiful movie. And it's the most different of all the Bond films, in that the villain isn't looking for some like weird, like, I'm gonna take over the world, twirls mustache, but instead is going after James Bond's boss, and basically he's just a disgruntled old coworker who's just pissed, and he's played by Javier Bardem, which is fucking phenomenal because he's a absolutely excellent actor. So all in all, that, and it's just a super emotional movie, which is not something typical of a Bond film. All in all, put together with the nostalgia of knowing that it's a James Bond film. It's brutal because it's a Daniel Craig film. It's beautifully shot. It's emotional. It's got great acting, great everything. My favorite movie of all time. Good job, Daniel. And whoever the director was. And Judi Dench. And Javier Bardem. And then The Dark Knight, because Batman's my favorite. I love Batman, and I mean, I know it's kind of cliche for people to say, but Heath Ledger fucking killed it. Like, that movie was solidified in cinema history from Heath Ledger, and I think regardless of if he would have been able to continue on the role or not, I think that, like, a lot of people always, say like, oh well, it's so popular because he had passed away or something. That's bullshit. He fucking absolutely killed that role, and I would kill to still see him in it to this day.
Fuck yeah.
And I think that a lot of people shit on Bale's Batman for whatever reason. I like it, or I like his portrayal. I think that Pattinson is very, very good. I will admit, probably the most comic accurate to how broody he is.
I know. I was so happy, and I didn't want to, like, every time I talk about it, I try so hard not to say anything because I feel like I'm spoiling it, but I do really enjoy him as Batman.
Yeah. And I think that it was cast pretty goddamn well. I don't think it was perfectly cast, but Aaron Eckhart did a phenomenal job as Two-Face. Pretty much everybody who was involved did a spectacular job, and I couldn't have thought of a better in, like, grounded in universe type movie with Batman. And one with no bats, which I find to be pretty, it might be fucking crazy and sacrilegious to Batman comic fans, but I love that it errs more on the side of realism as opposed to just dealing in camp and things that don't make any sense, like in Dark Knight Rises. Hey, let's send every single cop we've ever had down into the sewer.
Yeah.
Well,
And they're going to come out clean shaven.
The thing is with it is like you have the super fun, happy, campy Batman, and then they went just fucking 180 with more dark than brooding, and so it's closer to just dark and brooding, like dark. Whereas this has the right amount of brood and stakes without being too campy or too dark. I think it finds that perfect groove of what Bruce Wayne actually is.
And then for a third, I do know what I'm going to say for that. It would be the original Scream.
There it is.
Because I'm big horror movie fan, and I think that I thought I knew what the original Scream was about, but I apparently only watched it for the first time like a few years ago. And the commentary on horror movies of the time I find to be a really interesting concept of it, because it was a fourth wall break before fourth wall breaks in movies were like the thing to do. And there have been plenty of fourth wall breaks in movies, probably even before Scream, but I think the way they did it in the genre of horror, which is my favorite genre, they do it extremely well, and it had me actually questioning who the killer was going to end up being, for there to be the plot twist at the end. And if you've seen the movie, you know the plot twist, but absolutely phenomenally done. And I fucking love Scream. I love Ghostface. I love just horror in general, and I think it encapsulates the genre perfectly for it being the 90s. And I think the newest one, the one from this year, also encapsulates it pretty perfectly for today's time.
I liked it.
Is it really bad that the whole time that you were saying all that, and it was all really good stuff, but I was just coming up with my own headcanon that because James Bond's a spy movie, and you're saying that Javier Bardem's character is looking for James Bond's boss, that because it's a spy movie, all I could think of was it's the most elaborate episode of Undercover Boss that has ever been aired.
Sorta, kinda. They change a few details around. You might.
She's literally undercover. She's literally undercover because she's a secret agent. That's the best episode of that show ever. But no, very well answered. To the point where I'm thinking that my answer to this would be inferior, and I actually feel that I've already answered it in a previous episode.
As I say, I feel like this is something that you and I have at least touched on, Druid, but I don't know.
Yeah.
And apparently this, for Toast, has to be the movies he watches right before he dies.
Apparently.
Hold on, I've actually spent time thinking about this.
Yeah, how many times can I possibly say Pee-wee's Playhouse in different ways?
I think, okay, weird. I'm going to take a weird way of doing this. Knives Out.
Oh, fuck yes.
That's gonna be on that because fuck, that movie was, despite the fact that the director screwed up Star Wars, immediately went on to making that movie being amazing.
Oh my god, fuck yeah.
Beyond my mental capacity to understand filmmaking.
It's a roll of the dice, bro. That's what that proves.
It's so good.
Yeah,
Knives Out really I was like, damn. Like, there were so many complex things in it. I was like, at the end of it, I was like, I did not see that happening.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen Knives Out.
Oh my god!
It's absolutely great.
Fucking incredible.
Stop the recording. Go watch it now.
Everybody who's listening right now, pause where you're at. Go watch Knives Out. Come back before the rest of the discussion. Okay.
Not sponsored.
Don't forget about us.
Just know that Chris Evans plays a really good villain.
Oh yeah.
And
Sorry,
and
no spoilers.
know that the entire cast is fucking perfection.
Oh my
Whoever
God,
casted
they
that
were.
movie you deserve a raise, and I'm gonna fucking kiss you on the lips. I'm coming.
Interesting choice of words.
I'm gonna throw a classic in there. I will put Rear Window in there. It was by far my
awesome movie.
favorite of the
Hitchcock movies.
Hitchcocks. Yeah, and it's a weird thing because it's the first thing that got me into photography.
Nice.
I don't know why. There's no reason for it, but it's one of those things that it got me into photography.
Inspiration comes from weird things.
Yeah, I want to be like that. I want to be like fucking weirdo Jimmy Stewart. I love that energy from you. Like, I want to be like the weirdest dude in cinema history in the 60s.
The guys back at, like, honestly, those guys back in the 60s who were making films, those guys, like, took risks and they didn't give a shit about it.
That's correct. I mean,
Just those days.
fucking what were they doing letting Stanley Kubrick do what he was doing? For example, like what
He was also like, everyone was like, I don't know if I want to work on a Stanley Kubrick because he's terrifying. Apparently,
yeah. He can he might drive you insane.
Well, he has.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, just maybe ruined a career with a career best performance, ironically. But yeah, I totally get what you're saying. In the 60s, it was like anything fucking goes. Right? Yeah.
Yeah, it really didn't matter.
Free love, yeah.
And Doctor Strange, the original, the first one, not the original, the one that's the MCU one.
Okay.
There.
Okay.
That was a beautiful movie.
Yeah, I weirdly like that one. It just looked great on the screen. There's no denying that. Me being a hater and everything, I can't deny. I enjoyed that one.
The color palettes, oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when you just think about what they're going to do with the next one, it's just going to be a bit crazy. You know, as I said,
it's supposed to be rated R.
Yeah, is that right?
Supposedly, they're trying to make a rated R one because it's like, nah, we're gonna go into some shit and it's gonna get gory.
I think that's what they originally wanted to do, but weren't gonna end up going through with that because Disney is Disney.
It's only PG-13.
Oh, boo.
It was actually originally supposed to be done by I think it was supposed to originally be a horror movie. Like that was the direction they wanted to go, and I was fucking pumped for it. I mean, I'm still pumped for it, but goddamn, just let horror come to the forefront, okay?
Yeah. Oh, well,
Hollywood.
I actually say on the last episode, which hasn't aired yet, that wouldn't it be cool if Marvel did a fucking slasher superhero movie? That'd be so good.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm fucking begging. All right.
And then the whole idea is, imagine it's set in the multiverse, and there's like a slasher character out there, like a big horror villain, who's going out and killing several versions of the same superhero character in different realities.
It wouldn't even be that hard. Like, okay, so
we've already established a multiverse.
Right.
Done.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want now. Like, it's you can have like a floating unicorn.
Resurrect Spawn.
Oh, yes, please.
So it's not quite the same, but I'm gonna go off on a bit of a tangent here. There's a character in the DC universe that is a villain of the Flash, I believe, called Cicada, and basically his whole thing is that he is I don't know if it's entirely if they do it lore accurate in the show of the Flash, but he goes after like people the Flash has saved in the past, And his whole thing is he doesn't have really any kind of superpowers. He just has a superpowered knife that takes away people's powers. And the way they set him up in the show is actually, he looks kind of fucking scary. And they could have gone the route of horror with him. The way they set him up and everything, they had like this weird fucking ominous music when he would come in the background, and like the way they set him up was really good. But then they ended up taking the very normal like CW superhero route with him, and he wasn't as scary as he could have been, which I think is a goddamn shame, because it sets up a perfect fucking like serial killer slasher like antagonist for a character that is normally extraordinarily overpowered, and you finally have like while it's kind of a deus ex machina of like, hey, well, it's just the knife that takes everything away, but like the whole point is like, at that point the Flash has got nothing to do. He's kind of fucked, and he can only like watch as, you know, this dude is killing people, and it's like you could do that in Marvel.
Mhm.
I promise you're gonna bring the horror fans out the woodwork.
And it would work really
Self-included.
well. It would work really well with the whole 80s thing they're going for.
Yeah.
Right?
So, I mean, it just makes sense, but I mean, like, it might be a bit bold, but there you go.
And another thing is that Carnage in Let There Be Carnage is supposed to be basically Marvel's version of the Joker, to my understanding. So don't at me if I'm wrong on that. I don't read the comics as much as my brother did, but I know some comic lore here and there. So if I'm wrong on any of this, just feel free to correct me, because I don't mind being wrong. But I think that they really missed an opportunity, because I think Woody Harrelson's a good actor, but I think they did not get the right person for somebody who's basically supposed to be Marvel's Joker.
Yeah.
Right.
And especially, oh my god, especially in fucking the end of the first Venom when they showed his fucking wig. God, I'm glad they nixed that shit right away. But oh my god, I think, and I have a bit of a bias because he played the Joker technically, but I think Cameron Monaghan from Gotham and Shameless and all that would have been perfect to play Carnage, because he was in talk and rumors at least to play Carnage, and he would have fucking killed it. But instead they went with Woody Harrelson, because I'm assuming Woody Harrelson is just a bigger actor. All right, soapbox over.
Yeah, well, I'd give my 3. I feel like I've done this before. I've given 3 favourite movies, and I'm really wary about time and also repeating myself way too many times on the book, which I do frequently anyway. So listen to past episodes for for my response.
And join the Patreon.
Yeah, in fact, I think I answered the question on a Patreon exclusive episode, which is dropping soon.
Yeah. I don't remember what my answers were previous, but I was just really sitting here thinking about it, and I got 2 pretty easily, and the third one is the one that I struggle the most with. But the first one I thought of was the Maltese Falcon.
Oh, I love that movie. Yeah, great
Okay,
choice.
go on.
So I watched that movie for the first time in my college intro to film class.
Expected. It's like number 1 on the list of things to watch for intro to film.
We started with Maltese Falcon and we ended with Citizen Kane. And we hit
Charles Foster Kane.
and we
Hated that movie.
We hit the wide gambit, and I looked at my professor when I was doing my fucking Citizen Kane project, because everybody had to. I was like, this movie is actually not as great as everyone makes it out to be. Like, I get it, I respect it, the merit, absolutely, but really, like, I was a little sassy. And she thought it was great, like that my reaction to it was great because I wasn't instantly just like, "Oh my god, it was the best. It's the pinnacle of all film." Like, yes, there's many
Ew.
respectable things about it, but fuck off. Like, and so the Maltese Falcon, it actually holds a very special place in my heart because I loved that class.
Yeah, and great movie. I can't remember the actor's name now. The main guy,
Humphrey Bogart.
Humphrey Bogart, exactly. Yeah, Casablanca fame. The knowing smile that he gives in that is the pinnacle of his performance in that movie. It's so good.
Oh,
When you just know he is constantly one step ahead of everyone in that film. It's so good.
And for like 10 years, I would watch that movie like once a year. And
Yeah, that's a great answer.
Fucking love that movie. And then shifting gears completely. But movie number 2 is Treasure Planet. I
Okay.
fucking loved that movie.
Yeah, and you get points because it's completely underrated.
Absolutely.
That is a sneaker on like I know a lot of hardcore animation fans are like, nah, that movie fucking slaps.
Like,
And everyone's like, what? I don't remember this movie ever coming out.
Most people don't, but it's when you sit down and you show it to them, it doesn't matter what age they are. They're just like, that was a fucking great movie.
I'm surprised you didn't say like Black Cauldron.
No, because see, Black Cauldron was not something that I was super into when I was younger. But
Fair.
Treasure Planet was one of those ones back when the Goo Goo Dolls were like very popular, and like when that movie, shortly after that movie came out, oh bitch, you couldn't take me anywhere if I was on a Treasure Island kick or Treasure Planet kick. Like you couldn't take me anywhere. I was a walking quote machine, even worse than I am now.
I don't believe that.
Oh,
I don't
it was
know. I don't
bad.
know. I don't. That what?
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 Huh? What? Huh? But it's just that and The Iron Giant were very, like, those movies were those movies that I would go back to over and over and over again as a kid.
Yeah, good choices.
And then the third choice, which is totally different from the first two, it's the indecision between one of the Clerks films or Mallrats.
Well, it's got to be Clerks 1, right?
Well,
Over the...
everybody tells me I'm wrong, but I like Clerks 2.
I like Clerks too.
Everybody is just like, ew. But I like Clerks 2.
It's
It's a
okay.
very
It's
weird one.
The Donkey Show.
Yeah. That's the one scene that I'm just like, we can just fast forward a little
What? You know?
bit. Yeah.
Mario Dawson going, I can't. This is terrifying, but I can't stop watching.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm like,
maybe
yep.
But
maybe Clerks 2 then.
Clerks 2, it's Clerks 2, great. It's a movie that tickles so many of my fancies. But Mallrats is just one of those movies that I revisit not often enough. And Clerks 1 is it's a classic for everybody or a must watch for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
What, Mallrats?
No,
Clerks 1.
Clerks 1.
Clerks 1.
Oh.
And
Like,
so, it's such a
what I
hard
will
decision.
say about Mallrats, I can't walk past one of those magic eye pictures without thinking about Mallrats. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
every time I've seen one in the last 20 years, I'm just like, oh yeah, Mallrats.
Right. Well, it makes me think of, we used to have those fucking stands at my mall when I was younger, like when that movie was set. and I could never fucking I could never see the picture that you're supposed to, relax your eyes and see. I could never do it.
Right?
So you were like living that reality.
Absolutely. But I have a very vivid memory of standing in front of one of them and going, Mom, I don't get it. She goes, relax your eyes. I said, I can't. She just like tugged me away to the food court to not get Sbarro. But yeah, like Mallrats is just one of those movies that like reminds me of the mall when I was a kid. But it's such a tough decision. Either way, it's a Kevin Smith movie, and I think that says quite a lot about me.
Says that you've taken an edible.
Well, shit happens. But
I was actually considering putting Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back on my list.
Oh, yeah.
Just because of how ridiculous that movie was.
Snoochie Boochie is my dude.
And I can't see, my thing is I can't watch Jay and Silent Bob Strikes Back without watching Dogma.
Yeah.
Oh,
big
God.
fan of Dogma.
Fucking A. I love Dogma.
So good.
George Carlin.
Oh.
Because he went a little bit after that, didn't he?
I don't think he was long in the tooth in that one.
Yeah. Let's see. Dogma was 99.
George Carlin passed in...
Sorry, Googling. 2008, so 9 years. He still had 9 years.
Oh, well.
Wow. I did not know he lived that long.
Mm-hmm. Because I remember I found a kitten in the field at my dad's house. And I was probably 12 or... No, I had to have been 14. Because I found this kitten like weeks before George Carlin died. And the house we lived in when I was in middle school going into high school. So yeah. I had this little gray kitten and he was adorable. And I named him George.
Did you name him George Carlin?
I named him George.
Okay.
And
I was wondering what the connection was there for
yeah, no, I realized that like I didn't but no, I named him George because it was right around the time George Carlin died.
So not George of the Jungle.
No.
Not
although
quite.
We do stand Brendan Fraser on this podcast.
I love Brendan
Absolutely.
Fraser.
We love you, Brendan, wherever you are. Thanks for listening.
We'll
pinpoint which one of you is on the heat map.
Right.
Yeah. We're coming to find you, George.
So
I realised I just called him George.
I wasn't going to say anything, but
George doesn't like being found on the heat map.
So here's an off the wall. I say we do one more guest question, and we can do either another odd duck question from Toast, or we have one from our anonymous, our friend of the podcast who's sent us some questions. What do you guys think?
I'm easy.
I would flip a coin if I had one.
Well, I really like this question. Sorry, Toast. But this question from our friend of the podcast: if you could be any kitchen utensil, what would you be and why?
Oh shit!
We're going to the hard hitting ones.
Right.
All right. Unpopular opinion: meat thermometer.
Why? Why would you do this?
He's reading the temperature of the room.
Yep, that's why.
Always
like
reading the
temperature meat and then figure out how it feels.
Oh no.
And the drum bangs on.
Oh.
Kitchen utensil.
Oh, don't backtrack on that one now, buddy.
Oh, come on.
Well, your answer's locked in place.
Oh, shit.
Forever and ever.
Meat thermometer.
Listen, Druid
Your
hasn't
new name
been
is
able to shake.
ADHD meat thermometer.
Druid hasn't been able to shake the mundane superpower thing since the very beginning, so you can't
this
shake
is
that.
this is really like a difficult topic for me. Well, I'd probably, I don't know, be a spatula.
You just want to be able to spank things, don't you?
Yeah, I'm a naughty boy. Yeah.
All right, Lucille.
I'm gonna have to say fork, because, but only on the condition that everything that you could eat is soup. Because I feel like I don't provide much use.
Oh my God.
Oh God,
That
I got
was-
depressing, didn't I? Oh
Jesus Christ.
Damn.
Yeah, I need to go
Oh.
take a shower.
I need to go outside and touch some grass for a minute. Jesus.
God damn.
Yeah, I'm just like, I want to be
I
a
couldn't think of
spatula.
anything besides the depressing
I-
answer. I'm sorry.
I'm just like, I want to be a spatula. Catch you on the flip side.
Oh God damn!
And-
Well, that's literally the thing I
You're
say
like,
before I go to. That's the thing I say before I
Well, we
end
can-
stream. Fuck.
We can't all be spatulas, my friend.
Well, everybody's regretting their answer now because. Hey, Toast, you want to switch me?
yeah. Can I please take meat thermometer?
Nah, because I'd be determined to, like, eat soup with a fork.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like a
I'll-
Greek myths version of hell.
I like a challenge. I'll do it.
Yeah, just watching you like cling the soup onto that bit of the fork that's like whole,
Right.
just like my soul.
Well, actually, I would like take my fist and like just put it around the fork like a kid drawing with a crayon in kindergarten, and just dunk my whole fist into the soup that's like blazing hot, and then just like lick it off the fork. I think that's the way I'll do it.
Sounded
I'll have-
fucking way too like. Come on, you've got your own category on Pornhub there.
Hashtag wet and messy.
Oh.
Yeah. But then, like, people trying to jack off just getting put off by the sight of your fist with tomato soup all over it. Gazpacho.
Druid, what about you?
Well, I've said the spatula. I'm going to stand by it.
Oh, yeah.
A good versatile tool for any discerning home cook. You flip the thing flips over, nice and simple, just like me. And that's my.
I would
So I don't have a
say
fun answer to that.
meat tenderizer.
Oh
Good.
no.
So Gingy can beat meat?
I mean,
Yeah, because you want to beat your meat all day.
the
Great.
obvious beat your meat jokes, but I mean,
No, and we'll leave that there.
Eh.
No.
actively
Sorry.
punch things, be either smooth on one side or pokey on the other. I don't know. For some reason, meat tenderizer was just all I could think of.
Yeah. Okay, so that's.
She wants to crush things?
I mean, facts.
Also use it as
terrifying.
a family heirloom?
Yeah, we always sit around the fire and look at the meat tenderizer at Christmas.
Back in the day when
Hey.
Gramps and I
where
would go
comes the-
outside and beat our meat.
Yeah. When Gramps used to beat his meat with that tenderizer there.
Oh,
We
I
We
passed
call it
down this
ginger
tenderizer
snaps.
from generation to generation.
Yeah.
hate
We're a
this.
family of meat beaters.
Yeah. Your father used to beat his meat with this, and now I hope you beat your meat with this too.
Grandfather and his father before him.
Now you're gonna take this and you're gonna beat your meat.
God damn it.
Dad, I'm vegan. I don't care. You're gonna beat whatever meat you got.
You're gonna beat something with that.
Eat your tofu.
Yeah, you're gonna beat your Impossible Burger with that.
Oh God.
God damn it.
Why is this on my... Okay, I'm posting this to you guys. You guys need to see this. I don't understand.
The last time that was said in a podcast with Toast, a Golden 10 got shared. So.
Okay,
Yeah.
this isn't quite Golden 10, but it is an entire diagram of shoving a peanut up your nose.
Oh my God.
Definitely didn't hear you say peanut. So I got real scared.
I just thought it was a picture of a tapir.
The eye is so...
He's crying.
Someone got mad fucking high before.
No, he's like crying. He's like, why have I done this? Like the one thing they don't show on the diagram is like how you question your choices up to that point.
So I think one I'd like to point out, this is submitted by somebody named You Duck Impregnator 9000. Secondly,
as Geese Witherspoon makes a return.
Me, IRL.
Secondly, I'd like to think that what happened was somebody was doing coke on a table and then was like going down the line, and then there was a peanut at the end of that line, and then it just and then it just went right up their nose. They're like, "Oh, fuck,
guys."
If they're doing
So
rails that
you've seen
big...
you've seen Scarface too as well.
A lot less interesting, but a lot more comedic.
You want to go nuts? Let's get nuts. I don't like this peanut up my fucking nose, mate.
God damn it.
I'm sorry, I just had to share that one with you. I was like, what?
Oh, we're glad we saw
What
it.
is my Twitter turned into?
This is what happens when Musk takes control.
Do we
Great.
Nah, I feel like this is over
This is pre-Musk.
I think this comes from the land of science diagrams that look like shit posts Twitter feed.
This is 2022 PM pre-Musk. And then next year is going to be
Post-Musk?
AM after Musk.
Yeah, that'll be Musk Dusk is after Musk.
Twitter will just be renamed Musk MD.
Oh, fuck. Well, do we want to try out the new segment?
Sure.
Oh my God. Okay, here we go. So the new segment, guys, strap yourselves in. This is going to be stretched out over the community. I'm going to post out a link where you, the listener at home, can submit anonymously asking for dating advice from ourselves and any guests that we have on each given week. I have trialled it amongst a few select people I know, a link where they could anonymously submit some issues they're having in the dating world. And boy, oh boy, did I get a hell of a response back.
Oof.
Okay.
Hold on.
So, guys, I'm going to cue the music in the background of this section. There will be some 70s porno music for Dating Advice Corner on GingerTalks.
Okay, class. Our final exam will be coming up at the end of this week. The test will be comprised of 20% written, 30% oral, and 50% anal. Any questions?
Professor,
Yes, dear.
will there be any extra credit?
I am so glad you asked.
I've been sleeping with this girl from work, and it's kind of messed up because she's into the whole sub-dom thing, and I'm not. We bonded over making fun of our piece of shit boss, who makes everyone's life at the warehouse a living hell. My problem is that she insists on making me roleplay as the boss when we sleep together, which makes me feel weird. But when I get in with it, the sex is unbelievable. I see my boss every day, so it grosses me out, even having to look at him in the eye, but the physical rewards with me and my fling kind of fix that up. Am I weird? What do I do?
Oh, man.
So I'm going to throw this one out to the floor. This could be a one and done on the dating advice.
Think of what to do.
So the real question, when they say sub or dom, why would you compare Subway and Domino's? It's just very different restaurants.
Oh my god.
And are you working at one of or both of these restaurants? Do you live in America where you need 2 jobs to support your way of life?
I don't worry, we've got the same shit going on here, I can assure you.
Basically, I think the only way to solve this is a 3-way with the boss. Where
God tier response.
where you are going to have to look the boss in the eye for dominance and just try to one-up the boss the whole time. They'll just act like themselves. You got to act even more like them.
Yeah, right.
Basically, just trying to fight for control of that person's identity. I don't see how any of that could go wrong in any way. And if it does, then I was never here.
I feel like he's just teleported out. Okay. My planet needs me now. I've given all I can to this human race.
Farewell. I'm off.
I'm off to be the boss. I've had some time to think about it, and I think my 2 cents on the matter is that you should lean into doing such a good version of being the boss that you, in your real life, are up for promotion. You unseat him in some kind of like clandestine sexual operation of your own making, where you unseat him. And then she can
usurp
then
the throne.
Exactly, and then the only person left to call daddy is you.
Okay, so do you want a real answer or?
Well, you can give both. I mean, that's interesting. You've got 2 lined up there.
I think we've both given some real good real answers. So.
Yeah, I think. I mean, now the situation's a open and closed case. Let's hear what you.
I mean, okay, so have they talked over the dom and sub thing? I can't remember. Like the 2 parties have talked about it, not about the boss.
I mean, I only have what's on the message, so I'll leave you to infer on that.
So if they've talked about it, I mean, if it's not his thing, but he's willing to work with it. I mean, whatever. If she's doing it if she's doing it underneath the boss,
it's weird because it's close, right?
Right. And it's someone that they have to see constantly. So I 100% understand how fucking awkward that can feel.
Yeah.
I mean, had she wrote in, I would kind of say, why aren't you just going for the boss?
Yeah, that's my question. Is like at that point, it feels like the relationship that you currently have is unfulfilled by something that you need. Or she's doing it, or maybe it's not necessarily like a situation where she's doing it to the boss as just like something that like she knows he could role play.
You're right.
So that could be a big thing too. And if that's the case, then the answer is fucking communicate with each other.
Yeah.
The real answer for me would kind of piggyback off Toast's there is basically almost every situation just communicate with each other.
Yeah, good communication always helps. If you don't feel comfortable with the fact that she's constantly making you play the boss role.
Yeah.
Then just be like, hey, pick something else.
Well,
Yeah, surely it's not that out of the realms of possibility.
Right.
There are plenty of other roles you could take too. You basically could just take on the whole druid idea and just do as many impersonations as you can and just see when one lands. Hey, Adrian.
Yeah, well, the Mrs. Knowledge loves that approach. I can...
So you got Dom Kermit that you can go with, or...
I'm gonna whip you up real nice. Yeah, and that's why Gonzo's nose turns down the way it does.
Oh, poor Gonzo.
Well, I guess my thing would also be if, like, it's awkward for you, and if she can't, if it's uncomfortable for you with the whole thing with the boss, and she can't move past it, then maybe consider not compromising on that. But
yeah,
you've got to make sure that you are fulfilled out. Like, if you want this to be an actual fucking relationship, like, that is more than just sex, if there's a physical connection, like an emotional connection, like, you gotta make some compromises and concessions, because, like, if it's always how she wants shit, and that's not your deal, like, you gotta speak up, you gotta say something, you gotta do something about it. Like, if it's just fucking, and you can, like, overlook it, if the sex is good enough that you can overlook it and deal with, like, oh, this is uncomfortable, okay, then do you, bro. Like, it's not...
Yeah.
It's not the end of the world.
Right.
I have a friend currently in a similar situation where his girlfriend doesn't do all the stuff that he would like done, and she doesn't like all the stuff that he likes.
Right.
And the stupid part is they're getting married now.
Oh no.
I haven't checked in to see if that's changed or anything, but I feel like knowing the two of them, probably hasn't. Like, feel fulfilled in your relationship.
Yeah.
Don't just linger in something that's maybe not exactly your cup of tea.
Right. You've got
also,
don't get complacent if you're not happy.
And also, I just feel that this post raises more questions than we're able to answer fully, really. Because it's like, what do you want out of that situation? You need to go and look at what you want and kind of consolidate it into that physical aspect and see if it makes a difference. Which has basically already been said, but sounds like you need to
do that.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and the one question that was, am I weird? You're not weird. Like,
you're not weird. You're the boss.
You're no weirder than anybody else, because there are so many people who their opinions are vastly different about sex, but none of them are any weirder than the other.
Oh, absolutely.
You just may not understand it, but it's not weird.
It's not weird.
Nah.
There's plenty of weirder shit happening. Trust me.
And don't be afraid of weird.
Yes.
The two things that are gonna make a relationship work best are just the two C's: the compromise and communication. That's basically all it's gonna boil down to at the end of the day. Like,
yeah,
there's gonna be some stuff that you don't like, that the other person has, and that's just something that you're going to have to like compromise through. Because I mean, not everybody is going to be exactly the same. There's no fucking it's not Hollywood. There's no,
One shoe fits all.
Yeah. There's gonna be some things that are different. You're not gonna find somebody that has the exact same favorite movie as you, has the exact same sex life that you want, has the, everything is the same. Like, no, that's not how it goes. So at some point you have to take a look and say, okay, what are we comfortably willing to compromise on?
Right.
And move on from there, and then communicate about what you compromise on, and then what you'll have to move on from that you can't compromise on.
I mean, yeah, it's a great answer.
Yeah.
Live from Andy DeSille's Happy Marriage.
Don't say I never gave you anything, listeners. I gave you the real answer, and then I just gave you that fake answer a couple seconds ago.
I mean, yeah, I don't know what else to say on that. I guess that's the end of the new segment. Thank you for tuning in.
Cool.
I thought there'd be more. I thought there was.
Well, it's so new. I've got another response, but it's just it's like one sentence, so I won't bother with it.
Okay. I mean,
it's skincare.
Yeah.
Skincare?
I'm getting my inboxes mixed up. It's just ADD Toaster pissing into the wind about skincare.
I was half expecting to hear something about some person's like, my girlfriend keeps stealing all of my like face creams. What do I do? And like, buy her own?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
or learn to fucking share.
And another mystery solved. Another mystery solved by the GingerTalks podcast.
If your problem can't be solved between either compromise or communication in some way, shape, or form, then I mean, I'm sure there are some situations where one of those might not help, but still.
Yeah.
That can solve like at least 70% of your problems, just ballparking it, don't at me.
And he's just thinned out the new segment and made it. We're just going to play that. We're just going to play that wholesale over every issue.
and if you want to register,
sorry, every future guest. Well, everybody's going to have a different perspective on it, and if everybody has different joke answers, they can go for it anyway.
Because this is the real one. Which is probably true.
I mean...
And if you have a problem with the answer, you can lodge a complaint at Andy DeSeal's hate mail at...
Well, Snow. I'm begging you. I give myself enough hate mail, okay? I don't need it from you, too.
So, yeah, I mean, let us know what you think of this episode, because this has been just kind of a... This hasn't been an odd one.
It's a
Tell your friends
chaos
about it.
thing.
Spread it around to everyone you know. If they want to hear more of this, let us know.
Yeah.
If you want to let us know about our downward descent into chaos, please do so.
Don't worry, I'll be forwarding it to my therapist. Wait, you do a podcast? I gotta hear this.
I think we're gonna skip this episode today, Doc.
Right?
Yeah.
We don't need to talk about anything that's in here.
Yeah, well, when a therapist opens this episode in their Spotify tab, it's like that scene from Indiana Jones where all their faces melt off.
Keep your ears shut.
It's Crystal Skull all over again, Doc. No, it's way better than the Crystal Skull. This is top tier entertainment, and what a pleasure it is to deliver that kind of level of good quality programming straight to you, the listener. It's what keeps me getting up in the morning.
We
Here,
do.
here.
We do love you guys. Like, I mean, we wouldn't keep doing it if we didn't feel excited about it. You know?
Yeah.
It's a good time. Even if it's just us having a very typical Thursday night conversation for me. Like, after recording the podcast, if I end up on a call with someone, this is just how it ends up being. You know, Druid has made comment about he's just like the switch flips. This is what it ends up being with me.
Take it or leave it, you fucking mopes.
Right. But, you know, I love that the merch is finally out. You guys can finally get it. It has been a long time coming, but I'm super excited. I'm really, really excited.
Can I get it in a children's extra large?
Potentially.
Stop feeding your kids so much.
Oof. Oof. Let me actually look. Oh.
I think the bigger problem is that you're saying that kids are listening to this right now.
I mean,
yes,
you
children,
right.
turn away.
Yeah. I
think it's a little late, but you know, the second best time is now.
I actually hand out the link with boxes and matches at schools, so it's the last thing they'll ever hear.
But yeah.
Who came into the channel now? Oh, Chris Hansen.
Oof.
Oh
no!
Have a seat. Oh no!
Hands
Will that
we're
be
all
like
sitting. Why don't you have a seat?
You look tired, old man.
Fucking Chris Hansen, man.
Yeah, the Gapes Crusader.
God damn it.
Oh my god.
And that's the GingerTalks podcast, everybody.
But thank you to our patrons, and thank you everybody who listens. We really do appreciate you guys, and you know, everybody who's checking out the merch, big preach. Anybody who's just listening, period. I really appreciate you guys, and I hope you enjoyed the episode. Because good God.
I hope you did too. I hope I can provide more of an insight into myself as a human being, or maybe after listening to this, you'll hope I provided less insight.
I think that every time we wrap up. So don't worry.
I hope you leave this podcast more confused than when you started.
I mean, probably.
And remember,
not just about the podcast, just about things in general.
Yeah, but whenever life's getting you down and you're not sure about where you want to go in life, and you don't know how your interactions with others are affecting the world at large, just look in that mirror and remember, tell yourself, I'm the boss.
God damn it.
Strangely motivational, that is.
Indeed.
On that motivating moment, boys, thank you so much for being here. Where can the listeners find you guys?
I'll let Toast take it first.
I am ADHD Toaster literally everywhere.
Little bit of a rebranding and
I did a little. I added an entire consonant to my name.
Basically, reworked yourself from the ground up.
Really,
absolutely.
it was a really hard rebranding. I had to put the hard H into it
Oh.
instead of a soft H.
Oh,
Oh.
damn it! I was gonna say that.
And that's Adderall, folks.
God damn it. Andy, what about you?
I on Twitch am real Andy DeSeal. Normally I am Andy DeSeal on everything else, but some asshole took my name, so I got petty and put real in front of my name on Twitch. But if you're hearing my voice, if you are part of this podcast and have seen me around, that's probably where you'll know me from. So yeah, you can find me on Twitch at real Andy DeSeal.
Well, thank you guys so much. Make sure you guys go check them out. Andy, by the time this comes out, you'll have wrapped your recent charity event. But I just want to say, from one charity streamer to another, I'm proud of you. You're doing good, man.
Thank you so very much.
Yeah.
There will be more in the future. I generally want to plan on doing at least 3 a year, and one of which being Thankmas every year. As long as Thankmas is going to be a thing, I will be doing it. But this is the very first one I've ever done that I've never actually partnered with anybody or never I've never gone in on something. It's just been me just doing it on my own, not because of something that's happened in the world, but just me going at it by myself, basically. So it's been an experience so far, and I hope that it can continue to grow over the course of the next couple days.
It will.
Yeah.
It will. You're doing good shit. And Toast has recently, after the rebranding, returned to streaming. So
I have. Not like the telling you this now will make a difference, but I'm going live after this.
Oh shit.
Oh shit.
So if you all got a time machine, go back and watch ADHD Toaster.
But no, I'm really excited that Andy, with everything you got going on in Toast, for starting to stream again. And it's valued community members, great dudes. Absolutely appreciate you guys coming on tonight.
Well, we
No
appreciate
problem.
you. And also, I just want to say that I'm proud of all of you because Toast, you just coming back, doing your rebranding. I know it's just one letter, but still, being able to come back to streaming in such a strong way. Gingy, your charity efforts in general, and just the way you stream, the community that you cultivate, you and Toast both, you guys on the streaming side are a fucking powerhouse, and Druid, you and Gingy are an absolute powerhouse in the podcasting regard. And just
Thank you, both.
support on Twitch, every time I see you in chat, I get super excited. I'm always ready to see Druid knowledge in chat, and all of you, honestly. But it's I'm super glad I know all of you. I'm super glad that you all are my friends because you make me feel like I have friends, and that's not something that I have felt the past couple years. So I love all of you.
I love you too, man. Here for you, buddy.
Yeah, it's
I honestly get super excited when you guys all show up in chat.
it's definitely a good feeling, It's a night where I know Andy's streaming and I see that his stream is rated out, and then I know eventually at some point his name's gonna pop up in my chat, and when it does, it makes me smile. Toast, I mean, you're
Hi, I'm your mod.
I was gonna say you're a moderator for me, so it's almost obligatory.
There's a reason why your chat has the hi. My name is hi. I'm Toaster. I've been here the whole time.
Right. And when Druid pops in, I mean, it's just seeing all of you guys, anybody from the podcast, anybody in the community, just seeing names in chat is such a a good boost, a good feeling. So, and if you're someone who doesn't interact with chat at all, we still really fucking appreciate you too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for everybody watching, everybody lurking, people who just throw something in there, talk about how they're going to lurk, any of it, we wouldn't be able to do it without you.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Despite what Twitch may say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our streams are your streams, but our names are on the label. So.
We have the final decision, but yeah.
And soon, Druid's gonna be start streaming.
Yeah.
By peer pressure alone.
Yeah, catch me tomorrow. I'll be streaming piss out of my bladder into the toilet. All this
You
red
heard it
wine.
here first, ladies and gentlemen.
All this red wine.
Exclusive.
This red wine, it's just really fucking does something to me. I don't know. I'm not talking about streaming.
Professional streamer Druid knowledge.
Right.
Yeah, I've actually been Mr. Beast the whole time.
Oh, shit. Well, listeners, thank you so much, and make sure you go check out these guys. They're wonderful, and they are two of my great friends, and so yeah, thank you guys for being here in the weird whatever that is this chaos mess, and I've enjoyed having you on again.
I've enjoyed being here again.
I love coming on this show.
I do too.
I'm sure it's not the last time.
Absolutely not.